Hey, Shalom, what's good? Y'all know how I do it. Getting this walk on every day, non-stop. That being said, black and brown people, man, wake up. Understand what serious times we in. The Lord is bringing a closure to our oppressor's kingdom. Which, and doing that, excuse me, in doing that, the Lord is bringing all nations into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Thus saith the Lord in the Bible. That being said, black man, you get focused. Understand that it's not your war. Your war is right here at home or wherever your people at, fixing us. And you damn sure can't fix us when you involved in another man's religion. You in Islam, you involved in the Arabs' religion. The Arabs' cause become your cause. You in Christianity, you in the white man's religion. The white man's plight and cause become yours. So you got to join and get into who you are. If you're a part of them 12 tribes, if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, take it how you gonna take it. And with that being said, when your cause become your cause, then you can fix this situation. Our head is in the wrong place. We worried about making hoops, scoring touchdowns. Not that nothing's wrong with it, but sports cannot be your form of warfare where your mind is concerned. You got to stand up and fix your people, man. A lot of people want to get a degree, get a good job, and focus on themselves and their families. But unfortunately, the Most High don't work that way. So with that being said, I'm out. Shalom. Lord be with you.
Appreciate it.
Others, they all teach the same thing as the Orthodox Church. Thus, the Orthodox Church is a fulfillment of all of those Old Testament prophecies, and the Black Hebrew Israelite cult, which is a recent invention, could in no way possibly be a fulfillment of any of them.
All right, right on time. All right, Cap, I went ahead and reset the timer for you. Once you start speaking, I'll start.
Birdman hands rubbing together. Christian orthodoxy, right? Christian or Orthodox Christians believe a lot of things that I disagree with. The gentleman spent, I think, all of his time speaking about Gentile salvation, meaning non-Israelites. That's something that we as the Hebrew Israelites or Israelites, we don't really use the term Black Hebrew Israelites, refer to as replacement theology. The one thing that Christ said in John 8:32, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And he said, he that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said. And what we know of the church fathers is, number one, they did not agree. They didn't agree on the divinity of Christ. They didn't agree on circumcision. They didn't agree on the law. They didn't agree on a lot of things. So the church fathers cannot have more authority than the Bible. And nowhere in the Bible are you going to see non-Israelites are going to be saved. In the same book of Daniel, it says the saints shall take the kingdom. In Isaiah 60, my opponent made it seem like the kings is going to be calmly and nicely bringing gifts. No, they're going to do it by force, because in his wrath, he smite us, but in his mercy, he gave us power. So there's a way that you take power. In Jeremiah 51:20, it says, with Israel is my battle axe. With it, I will break in pieces the nations. So I know Christians, they like to make it seem like Christ is coming back to bring cookies and ice cream, but he is not. He's not coming here to bring fluff. He's coming here to bring war. In Revelations, the 19th chapter, it says on his head, in his hand was many crowns. That means he's taking crowns from kings. Christians also butcher Christ by making him God. which is also not in the Bible. When I'm saying God, to be specific, I'm talking about the Most High God. Trinity is not in the Bible. Church fathers didn't even agree on that. They argued on that. When they make it seem like these councils was good things, these councils was not good things. These councils were sometimes violent. People were put in prison. All of these things took place in the council. So I have no respect for church fathers, none whatsoever, because the disciples did not put anybody in prison. The disciples did not do anything. They reasoned, worked it out, but nobody had to be punished or cut off from it. So in this discussion that I'm going to have with this gentleman, I'll show non-Israelites do not make it into the kingdom of heaven in the same state that the Israelites make it in, because contrary to what people believe, Hebrew Israelite is younger than Christianity in the sense of what we know it today in America. But as far as us knowing we was Israelites, that goes back to the 1800s up until now. But historically, Harriet Tubman and the family always bring that up because we have her family in our school. They always knew that they was Israelites. So to say that Black people didn't know they was Israelites during slavery, that's also a lie, but that's not necessarily the subject. When they talk about Christ's birth, they'll tell you that God made Mary pregnant. I don't see a prophecy in the Bible where God is going to make a woman pregnant to deliver the king of Israel, but I can read in the Bible that it says through the seed of David that the king of Israel would come. But the Christian church, I'm pretty sure Jay, if he's Orthodox Christian, those are the things that they believe. So we are diametrically opposed to everything about Christianity. When they use the word church in the New Testament, that's just a Greek word for congregation in the Old Testament.
You got 30.
That's just a Greek translation of congregation in the Old Testament. So what I'm assuming I'll be presenting in this argument with my opponent is that Orthodox Christian, as well as every other Christianity, does not teach the word of God. I'll land right there.
All right, just in time, both of you fellas. Okay, so let's hop right into the 2 minutes back and forth. Who wants to go first? Who wants to go ahead and present their position and then have the other person give a rebuttal?
Well, I'll begin my rebuttal with, because he gave his statement.
Got it. So I'll start your 2 minutes once you start speaking.
All right. So first of all, I would say that he claims that what he believes is older than Christianity. I would like eventually to get some source or citation on anybody having the exact beliefs of his sect prior to the 1800s. So I want something between the time of what he thinks the Old Testament taught, or in the time of the apostles, or all the way up until the 1800s, because Jesus said his kingdom would not fail, that it would not collapse, that the gates of hell would not prevail against it. And so if there's over 1,000, almost 2,000 years where there's nothing anywhere, anything like this cult's view, then he's failed to demonstrate that. He said the kingdom of God comes as, he says, Jesus comes taking crowns and it's warfare. But then he said the ecumenical councils were, quote, violent. Well, you just said violence isn't bad. And then you tried to say that if an ecumenical council has people slapping or fighting, that's bad, that's violent, that's a contradiction. He said the New Testament doesn't have people being cut off, doesn't have people dying. When Peter walks up to Ananias and Sapphira, he pronounces that they died because of their heresy, and they died. The kingdom of God, according to Christ, is within. It does not come with open signs and open destruction and power in the sense of his disciples primarily being zealots that would fight. This is Jesus rebuking the zealots that he had as followers. And he said that Jesus isn't God, even though John 1 says that the word, in the beginning was the word was with God, the word was God. And Hebrews 1 links that to the creation of the world. The Son,
30 seconds.
The Son in Hebrews 1 is said to be the creator of all things that have a beginning and have existence. Well, if Jesus is created, then he would not be classed as the thing that creates all things. And so Hebrews 1 is a very easy way. John 1 is a very easy way to see that everything he said was total nonsense.
All right, time. Cap, I'll start whenever you start speaking.
Yeah, listening is an art in my
You're a black Marine or a black whatever in the white man's military, that make them want to kill you more. Mm-hmm. Like when they see the uniform on you, they get an extra disdain for you. You know what I'm saying? Because They don't understand why in the hell do you want to fight for them?
Cared enough about your trials and tribulations, the things that you suffered through, and how to get out of that. That's your history. We don't need a white man to have no remembrances for it.
Yeah, man, you chastise the child too hard, or you create trauma. If you don't say nothing to the child, then you making them soft.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no way for a black man to be right even when he is not.
White people that's out there that want to help black and Hispanic people, the best thing you can do is just leave us the hell alone.
They are all against you. They all want to destroy you. And the ultimate goal of all of them is to put you back into slavery and subjection.
Real Nigga University in 5, 4, 3, 2, let's get it. 1.
Yeah. Back on the Roundtable crew. You know, I mean, we back doing what we do every Friday, man. About to get it in like normal. Right. First and foremost, well, let me go ahead and run through what I run through as always. Of course, we got to acknowledge the God of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, Yahweh in the Hebrew. We also want to give it up to our King, Yahweh Shah Makshiach, right? Whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And of course, we got to give it up to the man with a plan, none other than Commanding General Yohana.
That's right.
Got to get up to my amazing host that rock it out every week. As y'all know, last week I was not here. And these brothers, let's just say they had too much fun up here on this damn I'm watching it become y'all. I said, oh, hell no. Them niggas have a little too much fun while I'm gone. Right. Let me hurry up and get back in the game. All right. Yes, now the brothers did a hell of a job. To my right, like always, doing what he do every week. We got Officer Lamakial in the building. That's right. To my left, doing what he do every week, we got Officer Yaradan in the building. Right. To my far right, doing what he do every week, we got Officer Iwalam Gabar. Right. And doing what he do, showing up every week, we got Officer Mayad in the building. The brothers working on the ones and twos, doing what they do. We call them, they like DJs, man. They work behind the scenes, making sure everything run right, everything runs smooth. We got Officer Aramawan in the building. His right-hand man with the plan, who worked super, super hard, none other than Raj Karab. That's right. Of course, we also got some amazing officers in here tonight as well. Officer Kazai want to give him a hand. Officer Murad. Officer Rakam Yala. That's it. What's new before we get into the topics? What's on the table? What's going on in everybody? Get me right. Yeah, I will on.
If I could, sir, I just want to mention the brother Afro man ran a clinic on the local police department.
I seen that.
It was hilarious. Like,
give me right on the Afro man joint. Yeah, on the whole story.
It seemed like he was his home was raided under false and the brother, he got a voice, so he used his voice and his outlet that he got and made a diss track to the police department. Yeah, which the police department in turn tried to sue him for defamation, and he ended up winning the case. So shout out to that brother.
Yeah, big shout out to Afro man. Made a diss track to the goddamn police department.
It was a good one too. I ain't gonna lie. It was a good one.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We might play that at the end. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Afro man. Big shout out to Afro man. Even though he get high at the moment, you know what I'm saying? Which we do not condone. You know what I'm saying? But of course, he made a diss track. And let me tell you something. All police stations need a diss track, in my opinion. When it comes to how they, treat blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, they need a goddamn diss track. That's one thing about living in America. This the one place, where black and Latinos get abused, day and night, through legality, actual physical harm. The white man gonna find some way to oppress you. You get my point? And so, man, but the thing of it is, when he give you this oppression, he don't want you to say nothing about your suffering.
at all.
You know what I'm saying? You ought to take this beating, you know what I'm saying, and don't you dare open your mouth.
Right.
Only problem is when you're dealing with prophets of the Lord, the scriptures say we ought to obey God rather than men.
Damn right.
And we understand that doing this job, that we don't have no choice, you know what I'm saying, but to speak about our oppression. And in doing that, y'all, now, have we harmed anybody? We got any cases where we harmed anybody, shot anybody? I didn't think so. You get my point, but the fact that you open your mouth, black man, and merely speak about that's how you know you're being oppressed. When you open your mouth and talk about your pain and your struggle and your plight here in America, you hate it for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It goes to show you what type of systematic oppression that we under. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it was another thing too, man. I don't know if y'all seen this. Did y'all see the story about Magic Johnson's son?
I believe so. You know what, Cap?
Give me right on it.
I saw the headline to the article.
Yeah.
I was like, so this cat
go ahead.
Got the nerve to say that when he dress up, like when he puts on a dress and makeup, that he's cuter than any natural born.
Oh no, that ain't the story.
Oh really?
Oh, there's something stronger than that. Y'all down? Give me right on it.
Yeah, if I could, sir. The brother said that he don't like to date, you know what I'm saying, gay man. He like to date straight man.
That's it.
Oh, crazy.
Give me right on it, Lamont.
Crazy word. He likes to turn them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
if I could, was just fall straight into the scriptures. And, you know, that LGBTQ was just an aggressive demon.
That's it.
With you go to the book where the damn homosexuals in Sodom and Gomorrah was trying to take the angels of God and molest them.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, seeing that these are completely straight men.
Yeah.
Which that same demon lives in the same LGBTQ men of today.
That's it. That's it. And listen, what I found just off the Richter scale is the fact that the brother don't even realize that there is no straight nothing if you're a man having sex with another man.
Right.
Like the brother is so destroyed, brother, that he does not even realize that. You understand? Now, once again, this is just an after effect, you know what I'm saying, of joining ourselves to a people who are so, I'm coming to you right now, to a people that are so diabolical. You get my point? Like if you join yourself to a people, and let me tell you something, the Romans, the Greeks, diabolical. America is a daughter of the Romans and the Greeks.
Right.
So you know they diabolical. And when you join yourself to a people, brothers and sisters, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, when you join yourself to these people, you're going to become just as diabolical as they are. Now you may say, how is it that we have joined ourselves to them? You join yourself the minute you have taken on their religion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Once again, people do not like to talk about religion. You know what I'm saying? Because religion is taboo. It's taboo for a very particular reason, because it controls people's mind. You want to know how we've been seduced, you know what I'm saying, in this place for so long? It's the religion of Christianity that have seduced and have broken what's right, and it is taking away your sense of what's right, taking away your sense of justice, you know what I'm saying, because of what them preachers get up there and say every Sunday.
Right.
And what you don't understand, you know what I'm saying, which we tell you every week in the ISUBK, is that them preachers are the number one enemies of God.
That's right.
They was Christ's number one enemy. I don't see how you don't even understand that. I mean, I was telling y'all now, telling one of the brothers, the fact that black and Hispanic people still go to church, man, you deserve everything you get. You deserve for your preacher to take every dollar, you know what I'm saying, he can from your stupid ass. Excuse my language, because you just got to be totally dumb to be in that religion, knowing damn well it ain't but for nothing but to hustle you. You know what I'm saying, out of your pocket. And because we've then followed this religion, now, you know what I'm saying, we get Magic Johnson's son is 6'9". This ain't just no ordinary brother with no sugar in his tank.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you look up, and you know what I'm saying, this brother here is standing 6'9", so you ain't gonna talk too crazy to him. you get a homosexual ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? They still men. Right. You damn near 7 feet. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he, you know what I'm saying, he only deal with straight men.
Damn.
Now, this is a brother that's obviously, you know what I'm saying, has a mental illness. And homosexuality was a mental illness until 1973, somewhere around there. Then they changed it, which means the agenda of this place changed.
Right.
The only problem, if you are Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, which you are a part of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, whether agenda change or not, you ain't supposed to be part of that agenda.
Right.
You understand? You are supposed to hold on to your masculinity no matter what. You understand? Y'all done?
Yes, sir. What's so diabolical about what he said as well is like, you know what I'm saying, like they have this whole push that, you know what I'm saying, if you do not basically comply with homosexuality, you are what they call it, homophobic. You homophobic. You got a phobia against gay people and different things of that nature.
Yeah.
When at the same time, this guy said, like, if homosexuality is a sexual preference, you know what I'm saying, and he preferred men, you know what I'm saying, why wouldn't you prefer men that prefer men?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to go and so-called convert a man from his heterosexuality to be a part of what your lifestyle. That's diabolical,
man.
But especially coming from a moral standpoint, like understanding that homosexuality is something that the Bible says is wrong.
That's the point right there. And Roman said, if y'all can find a picture of Magic Johnson standing with his son, and that's the other part that's totally diabolical of this here, is that Magic Johnson's standing here taking pictures with his damn son.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as a man, you supposed to be in opposition against that. Like your son coming to you, your son come to you and tell you, you know what I'm saying, that he's sleeping with men, you know what I'm saying, you supposed to reject that brother. You know what I'm saying? You're not helping that brother by agreeing with that lifestyle that he lived. He's supposed to be checked in the damn door. Now, this the same society, my yard, you know what I'm saying, that have allowed homosexuality to be okay. But yet when you say, well, listen, I want to have multiple wives, they make you seem like you the most evilest nigga in the world. You get my point, which goes to show you, like the Bible say in the scriptures, you know, we biblical scholars up here. We know that Bible, you know, front to back, you know what I'm saying, back to front, you know what I'm saying? And in that Bible that we talking about, you know what I'm saying, it tell you, you know what I'm saying, that this world is flipped upside down. Like, this is not normal. And it's part of the reason, you know what I'm saying, why the Most High is about to bring this kingdom to a closure. If you have no understanding of what's going on with the war in Iran, with America and Israel, you know what I'm saying, this was predicted in the Bible. We've been teaching in the UPK since 1969. We've been telling you the third world's war is going to happen. Now, it may stop, you know what I'm saying, but it may not stop. But even if it stopped, it's going to start back because it's biblical prophecy. And now, why is the Lord slow walking us into the third world's war? Because the Most High is about to get ready to bring down the American empire. And he bringing it down because you got 7-foot black men walking around talking about they is a woman. And that this brother's so mentally ill, you know what I'm saying, that he think he a woman. That's a woman's comment. I only deal with straight men, like, and as though he's a woman. Right. Meanwhile, Magic Johnson 6'9". He ain't too far up on what, he's 6'8".
6'7".
You see what I'm saying? 6'7". You know what I'm saying? Supposed to be a straight up man warrior, but this is what happens when you follow America. This is what happens when you follow a disease. And the white man is a walking disease who's been given time to rule, you know what I'm saying, because of our disobedience. Them 12 tribes, man, you supposed to be in charge of the earth, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. You understand? But you refuse to turn back to the Most High. And what is even turning back to the Most High? You have to grab a hold of the morals compass that's written of in the Bible, them laws that's written of in the Bible, them commandments that's written up in the Bible. When you get yourself right with them, then you're going to be in the game. Until you get right, then guess what? You're going to be in a real jam. You see what I'm saying, IG?
Yeah, come on.
Please.
Man, Cap, I'm disturbed by this picture. But Sly, I was gonna say, I said to myself for a long time ago, that Magic Johnson got that bug. He got that bug.
That's a fact.
He got AIDS. He got it from another man.
That's it.
His son followed in his footsteps, and that is a full out. Can you put that picture up there? That is a full out demon. Nigga got on pearls.
Two demons sitting right there. And listen, you know what I'm saying? Make no mistake. The Dwayne Wade's son is the same way. You see what I'm saying? Now, again, if you sitting there taking pictures with your son, I ain't too sure he ain't touching when he was a kid. You see what I'm saying? Because it's obvious Magic Johnson, he got that bug out. He went down there to Los Angeles, you know what I'm saying, left Michigan, he left the Midwest and lost his mind. You know, so all it take, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming to you, Lamar, is a little bit of sniffing that cocaine, you know what I'm saying? And shit, you just accept, because I'm going to tell you, this world right here teach you to have no morals. Right. Like this kingdom right here, Raj Karab, is all about, you know what I'm saying? Just be moralist, man. Right. You know, have sex with whatever you want to have sex with. You know what I'm saying? Take whatever drug, just get out of your mind. You know what I'm saying? Just be in total opposition against God. That's what this place teach you right here. You get my point? Until you get strong men that stand in opposition against the empire. See, the real war, which we're going to talk about later on here tonight, the real war that's going on is a spiritual warfare. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that spiritual warfare takes place with the Israelites of antiquity that lost their identity. That's what the ISUPK represent. There's nothing that you can do to destroy this here. I don't give a damn what you do. Right. You cannot destroy the ISUPK because this right here is administered by the Most High and Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Barakatha. You understand, by Christ. So you cannot stop this right here. Come on, Lamar.
Like what you were saying so heavy is like the place has become so wicked because America has taught our people that we have something called free will.
Right.
You understand? I mean, that we're allowed to go do and live our lives the best way we want to live.
That's it.
You understand? YOLO. You only live once. There's no consequences to how you live as long as you don't, do the 10 commandments or whatever against Christianity or whatever.
Right.
You understand? You can live whatever life you want, live your truth.
Yeah.
And life is going to be great on earth. And once you pass away, you in heaven on rainbows and clouds with baby Jesus and Tupac.
That's it.
Being able to do the same nasty thing there.
That's it.
That free will nonsense is a lie.
Damn right.
Free will teaches you that you are not going to be responsible for the things that you do on this earth.
Damn right.
You understand? But when you read the Bible, it's going to tell you straight up and down, whatever you sow, you shall reap.
Man, let's get a brother a hand for that. And I just like to piggyback and say, listen, if rules wasn't important, guess what? When you go to that job, listen, tell the job, the company to throw out all the rules, you know what I'm saying, when they bring you in for employment. Right. You know what I'm saying? All the people that work at McDonald's, just tell them, man, they can come in whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? You can eat however many burgers you want. You don't even need no manager. You don't need no supervisor, nothing else. Just come here. You can throw fries. It don't matter. It's no rules here. Now, if you go to a job and they tell you it's absolutely no rules, what will happen to that company? Avalon?
It's going to turn into America.
That's it. It's going to be totally chaotic and confusion. And brothers, sisters, when you look at the faces of black people and brown people, when you turn on that internet, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you know what I'm saying, TikTok, you know what I'm saying, Bibbidi Bop or whatever you turn on, this is the one thing that you should be able to see is that black people are in a state of confusion. We don't know what direction we should be moving in. We don't know what to teach our children. We don't, according to this, we got men don't know if they men. They don't even know they're a man. A woman don't know her position. You get my point? We don't know our identity. I'm talking about we just totally lost out. And then what's crazy is when a brother try to restore, you know what I'm saying, the truth to the people, you got to understand you're going to be hated. You're going to be hated. ISUPK, we hate it. You understand? Like something you cannot believe because of our morality. It ain't like we raping nobody. It ain't like we the Catholic Church, you know what I'm saying, got, you know what I'm saying, molestation cases. Molestation is really rape because it's somebody that's forcing the child to do so. The child don't even know what's going on. Right. Them Catholic priests get up there every Sunday and teach, and y'all don't say nothing. Right. But the minute we try to teach our people morality, we looked at as criminal, but you ain't saying nothing to these Catholic priests and these Christian pastors because they didn't took they vibe from the Catholic Church. Them Christian pastors molesting everybody as well. Nobody say nothing to these cats at all.
Right.
You understand? Where we at with it?
Come on, want to hit the first story?
No slice. Oh, I thought you had. Go ahead.
First story. Come on. First, we got coming up. Jamal Bryant urges black men to follow black women's lead.
Told you we was in a state of confusion. Didn't I tell you that? Go ahead, Yardan.
If I could bring out the scripture real quick before we get into this madness.
Please.
This is Ezekiel chapter 3 out of 1. It's talking about, us warning our people. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right, praise.
Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 18.
Come on.
When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou giving him not warning.
And now what?
Giving him not warning.
This the Lord talking to Ezekiel. Everybody know Ezekiel is a certified prophet. Right. And the Lord telling Ezekiel, when I tell of the wicked that they shall surely die, and thou givest the wicked not warning. Read.
Nor speaketh to warn the wicked from their wicked ways.
Nor speak to what?
To warn the wicked from his wicked ways.
So if you know what I'm saying, the Lord telling you to warn the wicked from their wicked ways, which is what the job of a prophet do. That's what we do. That's the whole point of this podcast right here, is to warn blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians to turn from what they've been taught. You wasn't meant to be no Christian. That's not your identity, man. Baptist, Episcopalians, Islam is another garbage religion.
Damn right.
That belongs to the Arabs. It ain't got nothing to do with black people.
Damn right.
You understand? You are the children of Israel, and the Lord gonna bend you until you know what I'm saying, conform to what he wants you to be.
Damn right.
And if you don't conform, you know what I'm saying, then guess what? Your life is on the table.
Damn right.
This is serious business, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the truth. This ain't no game.
Damn right.
This ain't no damn club. Y'all, a lot of you Israelites run around and act like this some club or something. Call it yours. This is the fellowship. The minute you walk in there, you smell the Christianity. You smell that, okay, this is a group here that's being ran by women. I can tell by all the goddamn flowers and everything in it. You to tell a woman is running the damn show because they ain't serious about nothing. When you walk up in here, you go, no, you know what I'm saying? This is the dark side here. Women don't do nothing in here, you know what I'm saying, but shut their mouth. They go over there on that side, you know what I'm saying? They cook game. Big shout out to the sisters, man. Give them a hand. They go over there, cook their food. They ain't dressed like no $2 hoe, you know what I'm saying? Right. They obey their husband, and brother, this is productive, man. Right. But you will try to make these sisters look like they wicked as hell because they dress and they ain't showing their ass. Because they ain't showing their breasts. You look like a grandma. Well, let it look like a grandma. Because that ass and all that good meat she got, that ain't for you. That ain't for no other man to look at but me.
Damn right.
You understand? What else you got? Was that it?
No,
you want to bring something out on that?
To save his life.
To do what?
To save his life.
And this is the reason why we got to do this job. You know what I'm saying? Once again, we don't have, when you're a prophet of God, you don't have no choice, you know what I'm saying, in doing this. When we go out on the streets and teach, these brothers understand that they don't have a choice, man, in doing this. You understand? They know that this is something that the Lord wants them to do. And so we go and do it, because if we don't, then that's my life. Right. And I don't plan to lose on my life. You think I'm gonna give up my life, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all don't want me to speak the truth. Right. Yeah. You understand? I done lost kids, women, family, close family members, friends. I done been in the sandbox with all over this truth. Man, nigga, do you think I care? Right. You got to be crazy. You think, man, listen, because the one thing about it, I didn't gain the family right back.
Damn right.
You see, I'm sitting around a bunch of brothers right now. And the minute I lose the rest of this weight, I'm going to get 5 more, maybe how many ribs you think?
About 7.
About 7 wide?
Modestly,
yeah.
7. Modestly.
That's it. That's it. Ain't no use to be lying. We live on the head. Y'all know who I am. Hey, I ain't hiding, man. I done lost a little bit, but they ain't quite yet. But I'm coming for that tail, without a shadow of a doubt. We're coming, y'all, and you better know. And I got the best game in the world. Now let me stop. Let's go.
You got the video, Raj?
Let's go.
Man in a rainbow sweater is the one that's telling you worse. This is worse than what Roland Martin said, vote like a black woman. This man is telling black men we need to take our cues in our marching order.
Before you even get to this, what this cat said, did you hear what she said? Roland Martin said, "Come on, my yard. I just want to know, please. How the hell do you vote like a black woman?" Yeah, because that so to vote like a black woman, you got to go get your hair did, nails did, everything did before you go to the polls. Yeah, put on your red dress and your high heels. Yeah, I think voting like a black woman, that's what Magic Johnson's son trying to do when he go to the polls, ain't it? The fact that you got a sister, you know what I'm saying, checking Roland Martin, the fact you got a sister checking you talking about vote like a black woman, brother, that means you suspect. Now, Roland Martin, I wasn't sure. IG ain't give me the okay, you know what I'm saying, to say that if you had that bug or not. But after tonight's show was over, we're going to go ahead and re-examine it. And I'm going to ask my engineers to pull up the footage on Roland Martin so we can closely examine this cat. Because any brother that say vote like a black woman, that means you worship a woman. You get my point? And the Lord didn't create a man to worship no woman. You know what I'm saying? According to the Bible, and we got the precept, a woman was made for the man. Right. So why would he ain't make you the worshiper? If anything, she supposed to worship you. Everybody understand? This is what the scriptures say. A woman's desire is supposed to be unto a man. Right. So even talking about go ahead, you know what I'm saying, and vote like a black woman, nigga, what the hell does that even mean? Right. Because black women don't have a clue on who in the hell to vote for. You see what I'm saying? Because you're listening to you politician and cats like Roland Martin pushing them in the wrong direction. A black woman ain't supposed to be voting for nobody but that man in that house. And this is part of the problem. Go ahead and play the rest of the tape.
Orders and follow behind the black women. What you mean the matriarchal miscreants who drug our communities down to the bottom, destroyed their household, don't want to have nothing to do with a man outside of wanting his resources in the form of child support or taking half after they leave him? Are those the black women you want us to follow behind? Not the ones who are walking in biblical womanhood, who say, let us get married and raise children in the fear and admonition of the Lord and be submissive to our husbands. No, not those black women. It's the black woman who want to be out here operating in all this masculine energy, wanting to rule over men. Did we not see this in the garden? Is this not what led to the fall? And this man wants us to, one, listen to his foolishness and then follow his lead, like I'm gonna fall back, and if y'all need me, I'm gonna be here. I'm just happy to be a part of it. No, the church has abandoned its mission, and then a so-called pastor is out here telling black men that they need to follow behind the women, as if in every civilization known to man, when the men follow behind the women, that's judgment right there. It's unsustainable. You are basically calling for the destruction of your own people. That's why this movement is collapsing.
Hey, give it a sister a hand. Zach, you want to say something? Get me right on this, I can. Go ahead, IG.
Man, Cap, I totally agree with the sisters, man.
Go ahead,
IG. It's time for bitch niggas to shut up.
Damn right.
I'm so tired of these bitch niggas with a microphone talking and speaking for black men like they got the perspective. Nigga, just shut up. If you know you weak and ain't got a backbone, go sit down somewhere. Let us do this job. Salaya. I'm gonna catch a demon in the second.
Man, what we gotta understand is these men that are in the Christian church, they just want to worship women. You understand? They want to worship the woman. They want to worship the other men around because they just don't have the strength nor want the strength to actually lead the people. You understand? They're just going to follow the white man's agenda. You understand? They're going to make sure that we keep following these LGBTQ nonsense and emasculate ourselves to the highest degree. So we just become weaker so they can be more oppressive to our people.
Damn
That's
right.
the whole point.
Real talk. We'll come, Yala. Please.
There's actually a statue. Like, I
I think in Rome, like this has been an agenda. It's actually a statue of a man on down on his knees with the woman in the chair.
Yeah.
And he's actually worshiping the woman.
That's it.
It's been an agenda, and the Bible tells us envy thou not our brethren.
Man, listen.
We're doing the same thing.
Man, what's the preacher's name she just mentioned? Who said
Jamal Brown.
Man, Jamal Brown. The brother don't look like he got too much longer. You know what I'm saying? He definitely look. Get me right. We know he got that bug, IG, but he also look like he's sick as a dog too. From you know what? You know what I'm saying? Because of the lifestyle that he lived. The fact that I don't know who in the hell would go to his church. You know what I'm saying? Seeing, you know what I'm saying, what type of lifestyle he lived. And this cat calls himself a pastor, and he's telling black men that they should follow women. When you see that our women, you know what I'm saying, are destroyed, you know what I'm saying, and that they need direction they damn self. Why would you go and make a comment like that? You see what I'm saying? And then you wonder why so many of our men spirit been broken, because you got some cat like this sitting in the church, you know what I'm saying, uplifting women, you know what I'm saying, while degrading men at the same time. And listen, unfortunately, brothers and sisters, you can't have a strong nation unless men are in charge. You see the third war going on, world war going on right now. You see any women being the head of these countries, Iran and the United States? You see women over there running with dresses with ammunition and guns and playing. The hell no, you don't see it. You get my point? Because when it's time for warfare, you know what I'm saying, you need men. Men are the one that take the lead. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to warfare, men are the ones that are the backbone of the nation. Stop talking that garbage, talking about women out of backbone. You putting them in a position that they was not meant to be in.
Right.
You give them, somebody give me the scripture where what the Lord said, I will have you know who's the head of who. I think it's 1 Corinthians 11. Go ahead.
Come on, if I may, like
Please.
what you're saying so heavy about, you know, them knowing that they can't have strong men in the kingdom is the same way as the Egyptians when we were in the captivity under the Africans back in the day. What did they do? They made sure the handmaids went and got rid of all the young boys that were born.
That's a heavy
You understand? They made sure to get rid of them, throw them into the river, and let them perish.
That's it.
But made sure to keep all the girls.
That's it.
Because they knew the more men that were raised up in the nation, the stronger we would become. So instead of killing them off, which they do because of Planned Parenthood, they decide if they're going to survive and not die in Planned Parenthood, then let's turn them gay, emasculate them so either they're dead or weak.
And that goes to show you it takes, you know what I'm saying, more than having a penis to be a man. You know, so having a penis ain't good enough, because you see Magic Johnson's son, you see what he doing at 6'7", 6'8". You see what he didn't become. You get my point. What make a man is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that's flowing through that damn brain of yours. The spirit that you have is what make you a man. You get my point? Let me tell you, it's no better time. I'm coming to you, Kazawan. It's no better time than warfare than right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, we got a topic tonight. Do we have any belonging or should we have any involvement in the war that's about to take place in the Middle East? You know what I'm saying? But here's what the Lord said in the Bible. All nations are going to be gathered, called to this warfare in the Middle East. Now, with that being said, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, you do have a part in the war, but it ain't in the Middle East. We're about to go on that in a second. Because I want.
Yeah, Cap, I was gonna say that now you see the evolution of what what the spirit up behind America is. Right? Yeah, you got the Catholic Church that put Mother Mary on the pedestal while in the back room molesting your son.
That's it.
Then you got the Christian Church while he's putting the women on the pedestal while he's in the back room molesting your son. Yeah, you even got Polite who put a woman on the pedestal.
That's it.
But in the back room he was doing some damage.
You see
so
that?
It just goes to show you that anything outside of the spirit of ISUPK is a spirit of homosexuality and it's a spirit of molesting children.
That's it. And let me tell you something. Give it up. That's a heavy point. And any cat that come in there, you know what I'm saying, to praise women, you know what I'm saying, over men, you know what I'm saying, it should obviously tell you, you know what I'm saying, it's a hustle going on. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's to make women to say, yeah, you damn right, which makes women come bring quadruple ties into the goddamn church. You see what I'm saying?
The tax returns.
Go right. One preacher just said, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and run them tax returns. I mean, every week they coming out, what's up? One preacher say, run the tax return. The other preacher say, close the door. The other preacher say, what's $1,000? You know what I'm saying? What's next? You know what I'm saying? The preacher probably gonna just be standing up there on the podium and just just pull out that 9mm and say, man, you niggas go ahead and run that money. I mean, that's what they about ready to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You ever done?
What's so heavy about what you're saying, not why it should show you, you know what I'm saying, like what they think about you, just about the congregation in itself.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? You see, you go up in church and you look around and you see 90% women up there.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Because a man ain't what a man is not easily manipulated. That's why they call you naive, because you're near to the woman that gave away a paradise. You know what I'm saying, for power.
That's how get it, brother. Man, I couldn't have brought that no better. Yeah, y'all got the scripture. Read that for me.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 3.
Please.
But I would have you know.
But I will what?
I would have you know.
Read.
That the head of every man.
The head of every what?
Every man.
Every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, you got a leader. Read.
Is Christ.
Is who?
Is Christ.
Christ is a Black man from the tribe of Judah. That is your head. You know what I'm saying? And what does that mean? To him being your head, you are supposed to do what he said. You understand that what Christ said was keep every law, statute, and commandment that's in the Bible. You understand? You got to be a person that has a sense of morality, man. You cannot be what this empire created you to be, which is a diabolical monster. Read.
And the head of the woman is the man.
The head of the woman is the what?
The man.
This is what the scriptures say. So what in the hell is what was this cat's name? Jamal Bryant. What in the hell is Jamal Bryant even talking about? Saying we just read what the scriptures say right here. Right. And then you know what you're gonna have to say. Well, he got to know how to lead.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like when they say it, you can hit a demon on them when they say it. The problem is with that, every woman that says, you know what I'm saying, he got to know how to lead, is two things. A, that she's telling you, nigga, I ain't following you no matter what you say. I don't give a damn how much money you make or whatever. I ain't listening to you. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. You know what I'm saying? And then number two, in order, you know what I'm saying, to say he got to know how to lead, I was about to say the B word. But I ain't gonna do that. I've been working with a language coach, you know what I'm saying? To speak more professionally. In order to say you got to know how to lead, you first got to know what in the hell, you know what I'm saying, you trying to be led to. Right. You know what I'm saying? A righteous woman know what she's trying to be led to. If she got any understanding, a righteous woman know, you know what I'm saying, that she need, you know what I'm saying, a good home. She need a good community. A good woman understands she need her own nation. So seeing and knowing that, she knows it's her role to be behind that man and support that man and uplift that man so he can go ahead and go get that kingdom forward. But if a woman don't know how to play her role, then we gonna forever be in this condition that we in. It ain't no confusion when it come to that Bible, but yet you got a preacher telling you a man should get behind a woman when that ain't in the Bible, which should tell you right off top that Christian preachers have thrown away the Bible. She just said it right here in the video. She said the church, you know what I'm saying, that what left off the mission or something like that. Didn't she say that? They've been left off the mission a long time ago. The Christian church left off the mission, you know what I'm saying, on the plantation when the slave master said, this is what I want you to teach, and he gave them the slave Bible. They ain't never been on the mission. My yard.
Took the words right out of my mouth. So
y'all say that every time, you know what I'm saying? I do a lot of talk. Well, I missed the show last week, IG. I figure I just come on here.
Double down?
Yeah, talk a lot. You niggas was having so much fun, you know what I'm saying? I said, well, damn, I might as well come talk this week. Go ahead, my yard.
Hey, here's a heavy part that the sisters that say you gotta know how to lead. You gotta know how to lead.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could have a perfect leader in front of you, and that won't matter. You got to know how to follow.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? And all that you got to know how to lead, like you said, that's a rebellious statement. I ain't gonna follow nobody. You know what? It's like, yeah, sisters, anybody, you have to know how to follow.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
That's
and that's just as important as the leader. The followers are just as important, sometimes more important than the leaders, because you know what? The followers cast a light on the leader.
And I got some better news for you. You know what I'm saying? If black men don't know how to lead, why don't they know how to lead? Who's been teaching them how to be leaders?
Khan.
Right? Who's been in charge of our morality or Ramawan since we've been here in America? Ain't it the church?
Ain't it the Muslim mosque? So if black men ain't great leaders and they don't know how to lead, then somebody got to get blamed. And when you go in that Bible, God blames the leaders, namely the pastors.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He say, these cats here, I didn't send these cats. And when you look at these cats in the church, man, the Lord ain't set up these cats to be no prophet over you, to teach you, you know what I'm saying, that you ain't got to keep God's law. You can go now eat shrimp, crab, lobster, and pork.
Right.
You going in there eating shrimp, crab, lobster, you just eating alligator every day, especially in New Orleans. You brothers and sisters in New Orleans, I don't know if y'all ever gonna come in the truth. The minute they tell y'all y'all can't eat no shrimp, they gonna be like, oh God, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to join that. You see what I'm saying? But you're gonna have to get right, man. You're gonna have to shake off the dust, man. And when we say shake off the dust, you got to shake off the doctrine of Christianity. That is your part in the Third World War. If you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian, your warfare is all about shaking off this religion that have destroyed the minds of Black and the brown people for the past 500 something odd years. Come on, y'all, Don.
If I could too, sir, you know what I'm saying, just to piggyback on what you and my yard are saying, it's like, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to leadership, you know what I'm saying, it's just like the Tucker Carlson interview. He kept asking, you know what I'm saying, Mike Huckabee, what was the criteria for being the children of Israel? And when he asked about religion, he would go back to bloodline. When he would ask about bloodline, he would divulge back to religion. You know what I'm saying? When the criteria always change on what to be a good leader, if you're a Black woman and you see a Black man and you want this Black man to lead you, you have to, you know what I'm saying, if the brother is not a great leader, you have to build him up to be a great leader.
Damn right.
How do you do that? You support him with truth.
That's it.
And the only truth is coming, you know what I'm saying, from the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. You support him with the Bible, you know what I'm saying, with the word of the Most High.
Damn
you know
right. Get me right on it, man. Like, listen, sisters, you got to learn to be, you know what I'm saying, a great cheerleader. Your femininity in itself is power. When you in your feminine spirit, and we say this all the time, you know what I'm saying, when a woman is in her right spirit, man, a man is gonna do forever whatever for you anyway.
Right.
If you in the right spirit, but if you a damn monster and dragon, you know what I'm saying. I was saying a video of the day, Rick Ross baby mama. Y'all seen that video?
Sir.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all seen it, but we get that video. I said to myself, brother, listen, if you a brother and you get with that, brother, you deserve everything that come with it. Because some of you brothers, you don't give a damn, you know what I'm saying, about a woman's conduct, you know what I'm saying, and how she act and talk. All you want is that box, you know what I'm saying? And you basically a brother that's ruled by your fleshly desires. And when you rule by your fleshly desires, man, you'll get with anything. You don't give a damn, you know what I'm saying, if the woman is a dragon or not. And brother, that woman right there is a dragon from the block. I ain't that nigga won't he had to call me. And if just all I can see when I'm looking at it is a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. Because she was just like a pit bull brother that been in the backyard for way too long. You understand? And don't make no mistake, the sister got like that, you know what I'm saying, because this is what happens, you know what I'm saying, when you live in America for 500 years, it's going to turn your women masculine. It's going to turn your men effeminate, you know what I'm saying. But now that we know this, you know what I'm saying, we got the self accountability come in when you got brothers that's willing to correct the situation. You understand? Like we willing to correct the situation, man. You understand? Where we at with it, Lamont?
Come on. Next up, we have a video of a sister on a podcast talking about each man she sleeps with is another $300.
You can 6 niggas a month.
3 different men in one day.
Hell yeah.
I 3 bitches in one day.
$300 each.
Yeah,
That's $900.
that's a lot of dick.
That's a bitch check. Imagine 9.
And you don't gotta work for a whole week.
Yes,
2 weeks. You don't gotta fuck for a whole 2
And
weeks.
you don't
What's
think
9
this
times
woman-
7?
You can 6 niggas a month.
That's why you snoring 30.
If you 3 dudes a day for 7 days, that's 60.
And at the end of the day, how is you gonna feel?
Once every 3-4 weeks.
Risky.
Rich.
I
Once
talked
every
to a
4
woman
weeks.
before,
All right.
because you can 3 On Cutter.
I
Imagine
have.
this. Let me put it to you like this. On Cutter Gray, all us can touch this cup.
I
Touch this
understand.
cup.
I
No, touch this
understand.
cup. Touch this cup. On Cutter, everybody in this room can touch this cup, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to still want to drink that bitch. Now, let all us put our hand inside this motherfucking cup. And then pass it back to you, and we're going to see if you want to drink that.
No, I'm
it's
not.
a difference from some shit going on and some shit going in, folks. Ain't no 3 dicks supposed to be entering into you, folks. That's all different type of bacteria you put in your shit. Now, at the end of the day, you got $900, but you can't tell me as a woman you're not sitting back thinking like, damn, folks, I just did 3 dicks.
Okay,
you
so
have flashbacks and shit.
What if it's Lee, how much you think this?
I am talking to a woman. Stop trying to convince me about the hoes and what you think a hoe should think like. I'm talking to a woman.
Nice. Get a sister a hand.
Yeah, right.
I'm encouraged by that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. That was, man, it brought a chill just seeing a sister. You could see she somewhat may be destroyed of herself. You know what I'm saying?
She actually got
Yeah, no, I understand. You know, I know that part I get, you know what I'm saying? But she's sitting up there, of course, you know, you can see the drugs. She, you know, but that's beside the point. Right. She made a hell of a point on the video. Right. You get my point? Like, she even broke down, you know what I'm saying? It's a difference, you know what I'm saying, when you touch something or when something go in. Well, she just gave you, you know what I'm saying, sex education, you know what I'm saying? Meaning a man can go in 4, 5 different women when he and take himself out of a woman, he can wash himself off. Right. Opposed to having 4 men ejaculate sperm in you. You get my point. Everybody follow me? Right. Like, she just gave, get big up to the sister, man. I done seen this sister a lot, you know, on the show. So that was a heavy point. You ever done?
So, like it, sir, if I could, you brought out a heavy scripture earlier when I was talking to you. You mind if I apply?
Please, please.
You know what I'm saying? Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 20.
Come on.
Such is the way of an adulterous woman.
Mm-hmm.
She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness.
Break it down, y'all, Don.
Man, what our women got to understand is this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to look at your lifestyle and analyze yourself, just like we've been saying this whole podcast. You know what I'm saying? You have to analyze your workings. This woman is looking at her sleeping with 3 men like money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Not understanding how she devalued herself
That's
in
it.
the same manner.
That's
you know
it.
what I'm saying?
That's it.
Like, you can look at that and you can monetize your body and you turning yourself into a whore. You turning yourself, but you can't look in the mirror and say that it's no wickedness in that. You know
And even the other sister who was right, you know what I'm saying? She said, well, how you gonna feel after you do them 3?
That's right.
Them 3 joints. You see what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna even feel right or what. But once again, that sister who talking about the money, we got to examine how destroyed the sister is.
Sir.
Do you understand? Like, black people, man, shame on us, man.
That's right.
Look at how our young daughters is talking on the video, man, talking about having sex like sex means absolutely nothing. When sex is a very important thing that you can do because it constitutes marriage in the Bible. But of course, when you get taught that a piece of paper and a ring is marriage, then you think that you can have just as sex with whomever and don't realize that you marrying people every day.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You didn't marry you if you're a woman, you know what I'm saying? You didn't had sex with 4 men in a month, you didn't had 4 husbands in a month and you don't realize. You see what I'm saying? Now here's what you got to say. Why don't our daughters understand that sex is marriage? Why ain't the church teaching this? The church is diabolical, man.
That's right.
We keep telling you, you know what I'm saying? You drive through the ghetto and you see how hard the ghetto is, you see how destroyed it is, but then you ride past the church and you don't understand that the church is the cause of all the problems. You ride past the church like, I ain't gonna throw no garbage in front of here. I don't even want to park in front of the church. You acting like that place is holy when that place is totally demonic. And you don't even realize. You ride past the problem and don't realize the thing that you're not looking at as the problem is the goddamn problem.
That's right.
It is the problem. Why do we say that? Because they teach you God's laws is done away with. So when you say God's laws is done away with, you teach people you ain't got to have no morals. You ain't nobody perfect. And this is what this lead to. Lamar.
And if I may, that
Please.
nasty nigga was trying to support and justify what the sister
She
said.
checked him too.
Yeah, he tried to make it sure. Like, yeah, she right in the sense, it's all about the bread.
Yeah.
And he tried to even dismiss what the sister that was saying something right was saying.
That's it.
Because he's just a nasty nigga himself.
That's it.
And he know he's the type to pay the $300 for
it.
that day.
That's it. That's it.
That's the type of leadership we don't need.
That's it. Get a brother a hand for that, huh? This is how you get number one in AIDS, you know what I'm saying? Diabetes and cancers and everything else. Black people is you got to have rules. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that argue against the rules that's in the Bible is a demon.
Right.
You understand? And this world right here is ran by a demon. Remember when Satan brought Christ up on the mountain, he told him that he was going to have power over these kingdoms. You get my point? And let me tell you something, when it comes to America, Satan runs this empire. You can't tell that by now. Like, what in the hell are we even talking about? Huh? You mean to tell me you living here as an American citizen and you cannot tell that this empire is totally satanic out?
Right.
they pulling people out the car, man, and beating them over the top of the head. The cat trying to give them a license. He cracking them over the head. Man, I don't know. I don't know. Whew, I'm ready to do my retirement papers sometime soon because it's just so hard. You would say to yourself, it's no way that we have become this stupid. But guess what, black people? Don't take this no person, but we stupid.
Yeah, that's right.
Y'all done?
Just to piggyback on what you're saying, sir, the leader of the free world right now is a known pedophile.
I think that says it all.
If I could
get out.
That says it all in itself. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's it.
He's the biggest reason why the Epstein files ain't just totally exposed.
And he's the leader of the so-called free world. This the free world, even though we in captivity, but how is America known in the free world as the free world? And this empire was built off having people enslaved.
Right.
But how does it? What type of brainwashing is that? Get me right on it. Come on, my y'all.
Hey, it's simple, Cap.
Mm-hmm.
Over this world right here,
yeah,
you're free to sin.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
It's the free world because you know what, the rest of the world, they might worship sticks and eat bats and do all types of wild stuff. But you know what? They have a little bit more discipline and structure where they come from. They come over to America to sin. They come to get away from. You know what I'm saying? Their leaders.
Shit.
They come to get the freedom,
man, please,
that they don't got over in their country, which is number one, built on the oppression and the backs of Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's it.
Come into our neighborhoods and get rich off a nigga.
Yep.
And then it's okay. You can go buy all the prostitutes you want. You can sniff all the cocaine. You can touch the children. You know what I mean? You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And especially if you do it in the black community, because if you do it in the black Hispanic community or do it off the reservation, no one is going to pause a step. No one's going to lose a breath. No one's going to shed a tear or say a goddamn word. They just going to let it happen.
That's it. You get a brother hand on that. What we at next?
Come. We now we going into the main topics of the night. We're gonna go into a topic of two brothers having a conversation about if we should want America to win this upcoming war.
Let's go.
My question to you is, do you want us to win this war? Us as in America. We don't have to agree with why it started or how it got here. But once it's in the thick of it, aren't you or shouldn't you be rooting for a win?
Not me. No, I don't root for a win. What I root for, because I know what a win would mean. First of all, even the word "we" is doing very particular work in that sentence, right? Because I think about myself in the context of a global community as well. I don't necessarily think of myself just as a citizen of the United States, although I am. When a lot of us who are even disconnected from the issue say we want to win, when you're thinking about the safety of the troops, the stability of our lives, all that stuff, I want that. But I don't want that to come at the expense of the stability and safety and dignity and the rights of other people. So as I watch this happen, I don't want a win any more than if your homie's fighting. The first thing you want, what you're rooting for, is a resolution.
Facts.
You'd love to come in there, cool this shit down, but yo, let's get out of here.
Of course, yes.
That's plan A.
Yep.
I don't want.
Like he wants to, you know what I'm saying, try to disinvolve himself. That's why he said we, you know what I'm saying, because the brother know, you know what I'm saying, what the United States doing is wrong.
Right.
You give my point. Now they over there. Now I'm not in favor of the Iranians, none of them countries over there. You know what I'm saying? But they all, everybody knows that they going over there to just flat out conquer the world. This is about Israel just basically running the entire Middle East and taking the Arab people, the Iranians, and putting them up under total submission. And they don't give a damn what they got to do it. That's why he tried to say, well, I don't know about we. You know what I'm saying? Because he know what they doing is wrong. You ever done? Please.
And knowing Mark Lamont Hill, this brother is he's an avid he's basically, you know what I'm saying, on the side of the Palestinians when it comes down to the war in Israel itself, even before you get to Iran. You know what I'm saying? So he's coming from that lens, but Joe Buttons is coming from the lens of like we got it good. You know what I'm saying? Like this would affect what's happening, you know what I'm saying, with our money and things that's going on with us. So do you want us, you know what I'm saying, to suffer? You know what I'm saying? And that's what the issue with when people lean towards politicians and even say, like, you know what I'm saying, well, Trump is doing this and doing that for us.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? They leaning towards their pockets or what they feel that they have to gain from what he's doing instead of, you know what I'm saying, like the morality around what he's doing.
That's it. My yard.
Hey, so like I said, when I look at that video, you know what I see out of one? I see two different levels of oppression on these brothers. I see Joe Budden, like us, Yardan was saying, you know, he us in America, you know what I'm saying? He's a good old-fashioned American slave, whether he knows it or not.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean, he's trying to, we got a nice house here. You know what I'm saying? We got a good house, boss. We eat high on the hog over here. So I want us to win.
That's it.
Then you got Lamont over there. He's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? He's looking at the masters outside of the plantation because these might treat us better than master here in the plantation.
That's it.
So what they doing is Joe Budden is fighting for the slave master, and that brother's fighting for the people that put us into slavery.
That's it.
Under these oppressors.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So like they both brainwashed. Neither one of them are really giving a damn about our people.
That's
They're
it.
talking about the
Get a brother hand. Wow.
Talking about destabilization over there in the world. What about the destabilization in Inglewood?
That's it.
What about the destabilization in Humboldt Park?
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
What
it.
in Compton, in the Bronx? You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What about the destabilization all over Central and South America?
Damn right.
You know what I mean?
That's
in
right.
Mexico with the drug cartels that have been supplied automatic machine guns and military style weapons for the last 60 years.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
What about our brothers in the hood that's been supplied with the cheap drugs and the military weapons for the last 50, 60 years also?
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? And no offense, my heart goes out to them because they over there getting bombed into the Stone Age. But for real, I only got love for one people.
That's
the real nation of Israel that's stuck here in captivity in America and spread out across the world. And I don't give a good goddamn what goes on with them other people because they contributed to our oppression.
Damn right.
Con, sir, if I could, you know, a lot of black people, including this brother, subconsciously they know that we don't have no fight in this war. But at the same time, they gotta feel like they're included in the American society.
That's a fact.
So they gotta say we and I mean things of that nature, which is just idiotic. As a black man, you should say this. I ain't got shit to do with niggas in Iran.
That's it.
I never have. My grandpa, my father, we ain't got nothing to do with that.
That's it.
And that should be our stance.
Man, get a brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? Well, I got bad news for Joe Budden and Bargalabot. Don't put me in on no week. You know what I'm saying? If you want to include yourself with the American empire as a black man, and you know what I'm saying, you're doing something very dumb. You know what I'm saying? Because what you don't understand is that the Lord is taking the United States of America to court.
Right.
That's why he said somebody get from that valley where he said he gonna plead for his people. He gathering all nations into the Middle East because he's finna get ready to judge America. He's finna get ready to judge all these countries that has something to do with the slavery of the 12 tribes. So I ain't saying we on nothing, and also get for me what the Lord say, come out of her, my people. You know what I'm saying? Like now is a time, if you a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian man, you supposed to be disassociating yourself from this empire. You get my point? It's very important that you understand that because the Lord is bringing America into the Middle East because he's finna get ready to judge this place for slavery, for all the daughters and sons that's been raped, for the families that he split apart. And I know it's hard to bring the correlation together, you know what I'm saying? But these scriptures right here gonna make it crystal clear. Some people, they just ain't gonna understand nothing that we talking about. They just totally lost in the sauce because the Lord didn't blinded certain people. But for those of you that belong to Christ, and I ain't talking about the Christ in the church. I'm talking about the nigga named Jesus Christ from the tribe of Judah, black man. For those of you that hear what we saying, this understanding is for you and it ain't for everybody else. Read what you got for me, Maya. Let's go.
It's the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 2.
Come on.
I will also gather all nations.
I will do what?
Gather all nations.
And right now, all nations ain't in it. You know what I'm saying? You got a few nations. Some nations, you know what I'm saying, they don't have physical troops there, but they, you know what I'm saying, supporting Iran or they supporting their America. Eventually, all nations gonna be involved. All nations going to war. This is biblical prophecy. And let me tell you something. It's no prophecy in that Bible that didn't fail. You're looking at the most powerful book that's ever been written by mankind. There's no other book that can give you the wisdom that the Bible gives. There's no other history book that has the history that the Bible has. And there's no other book that got the prophecy, the future written in it like the Bible has, because it is the book of the Lord.
That's right.
Somebody give for me one more scripture. Seek ye the book of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Get that for me, Lamont. Read. Let's go.
And we'll bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Into the valley of what?
Into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
The valley of Jehoshaphat is in Israel. It's telling you the area where he gonna bring all nations to. Read.
And we'll plead with them there.
And do what?
We'll plead with them there.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a prosecutor when he come in. You know what I'm saying? He pleading the cause, you know what I'm saying? Or the defendant, he's making the case, you know what I'm saying, for the children of Israel. Right. And the case that he making is by revving up these nations to make them go to war with each other. You understand? It's a metaphor. Just like a rapper rapping metaphor, the Lord is talking in metaphors right now. He's making these nations clash against each other, even if they don't want to, because he know the greed of these nations. Read.
Come
on.
We'll plead with them there.
Now we'll do what?
Plead with them there.
Pleading is the bombs. That's the bombs flying everywhere. Read.
For my people.
For who?
For my people.
My people is the children of Israel. Read.
And for my heritage.
And for my what?
My heritage.
Man, you the Lord's heritage, man. You know, that's why Christianity don't work for you. That's why Islam don't work for you. That's why Pan-Africanism don't work for you.
Right.
Being the color, even being black, none of that work for black people because you are the children of Israel. It ain't but one recipe that's gonna work for you, and that's the law, statutes, and commandments, because those things belong to the Israelites, man.
Right.
The Israelites ain't with nowhere. Our identity was just wiped out. That you understand? That should be easy to understand. Any more on that?
Oh, come.
Read.
For my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered amongst the nations.
How they did what?
Scattered among the nations.
The Roman Empire came to Israel 70 AD. They put an end to our kingdom. We fled into Africa. Some of us went to England, and that was that. The ones that fled into Africa lived for 1,000 years, maybe 11, 12, 15 to 1,100 to 15 years. Eventually, they got on them slave ships and was brought to America. That's your history, whether you like it or not. And no, your slave master ain't gonna ever teach you that, because it ain't in his business to teach you that you're the chosen people. Are you dumb? You understand? Is that it on that?
And parted my land.
And parted my what?
Parted my land.
Parted my land is meaning you got the Arabs on one part of the land and you got the white man on the other part of the land. The white man is talking about the so-called Jewish people who ain't nothing but Amalek. You understand? They are people that are white, claiming to be the Jews, which they are not. Give me what you got out, Gene.
Come.
Let's go.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 4.
Come on.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying,
come on,
come out of her, my people.
Do what?
Come out of her, my
what
people.
I'm telling you, they on there talking about these is two brothers who they rich as could be. Got all the education can be, famous as could be, but they don't got the knowledge.
Right.
Which goes to show you in the last days that men of value ain't gonna be these entertainers.
Right.
That's why the Bible say the stars shall fall from heaven. Because the cats that you call stars ain't stars.
Right.
The new stars is gonna be brothers coming out of the ghetto teaching what we teach.
That's right.
You understand? Teaching you the word of the Lord, teaching on this truth, standing on this truth no matter what happened to them. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna teach this word of the Lord and fix their people, you know what I'm saying? And this is what a real star truly is. Not somebody that dribble a basketball, not somebody that run a football, not somebody that sing or rap. All those things, you know what I'm saying, is fruitless to the Most High. The Lord care about, you know what I'm saying, his rules being followed. And the Lord say, come out of her. The her is America.
Right.
The great whore that's written of in the Bible. Read.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
Be not what?
Partakers of her sins.
You don't be no partakers of her sin. They going over there talking about Iran got nuclear bombs. Same thing they said about Iraq. You know what I'm saying? And Iraq didn't have no bomb. They killed Saddam Hussein, hung the cat, you know what I'm saying, for basically nothing when he didn't have no bombs. And who in the hell would make America a moral judge anyway?
Right.
The Lord ain't honoring that. How in the hell is America goes throughout the earth and tell countries you can have a nuclear bomb, but you can't?
Right.
You over here committing crimes to a people. Meanwhile, they over there deporting the Hispanics, you know what I'm saying, every day. They locking up black men for nothing every day. So I guess America, they can be the moral judge because they ain't doing nothing wrong.
Right.
Iran is doing wrong. All the Middle Eastern countries doing wrong, but they over here ain't doing absolutely nothing. I mean, boy, oh boy, we up under some brainwashing, brother. On the brainwashing heads on another level. These cats right here are totally oblivious to that.
Sir.
To that, you understand? They on here talking about we and who they with and this stuff. And meanwhile, like Maya say, they ain't worried about you.
Damn right.
This is why you don't join everybody's religion. You don't join the Arabs' religion because then now your cause comes last.
Right.
You don't join the Christian religion because now your cause comes last.
Right.
And that's why black people in last place when it comes to all races on the earth, because you worried about everybody's cause but your own.
That's right.
That's a well-trained slave. And when you looking at the ISUBK under Commander General, nigga, we ain't slaves.
That's right.
So when you see us, you get mad because we don't get down with your stupidity, man. We ain't going out like that. We gonna stand up for what's right.
That's right.
Read any more on that?
Right.
Come.
Read.
And that ye receive not of her
Then
plagues.
you see what?
Not of her plagues.
America is gonna be plagued, black people. Hispanic, it's just getting the war is just a small plague. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be plagues that hit this place, you know what I'm saying, continuously and at the same time, because the Lord is getting ready to bring this empire to a close. And if you was in the right spirit, you would be mad, you would be glad that the Lord is closing the empire, because that would tell you that your empire is coming next. But it ain't gonna ever come, and when it ever come until you start, you take yourself out of the mindset. This whole we, they over there talking about we. In the UPK, ain't no we.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? America, the white man, he on his own for this one.
Right.
But of course, a ton of our brothers and sisters gonna get swept up, you know what I'm saying, into his business. Any more on that, IG?
Live, sir. That's it.
No, you go hold it. Let's finish playing the video.
A loss because of what losses mean, right? And if we're talking about Iran in particular, there are consequences to an Iran quote unquote win. What I'd like to see in the purpose of having an international community and implement international bodies like the United Nations, for example, is to have people who can intervene to create some kind of resolution where you don't even have to have winners and losers, because that the very framework of winners and losers requires a lot of people to die. people's land to get annexed or taken, etc.
What does a Iran win look like here?
Here, it may not look that different, except for the number of people who die.
Okay.
I'll give you a concrete example. Think about Vietnam. The United States lost the Vietnam War.
Right.
Just by any objective measure, U.S. lost the Vietnam War.
Facts.
So if you say, what did that mean here? Well, it meant a lot of our uncles and aunts and friends and relatives died.
Got it.
You know, and there was an economic cost for the war machine. And a whole lot of people got rich from that war machine here. So it also strengthened the gap between the have-nots and the have-gots. Those are the kind of things that I don't want to see. You know, but the Vietnamese won, but for the Vietnamese winning kind of meant resisting the imperial power. It meant
if I could, like the brother talking about an international community in the United Nations, like I almost called brother out of that. But the brother, the United Nations gets together every day. It don't matter if these people are at war with each other. It don't matter if they fighting with each other or they agree with each other or not. The one thing the goddamn United Nations do agree on is they got to keep these niggas, spicks, and savages at the bottom of the map so they can prosper and their empire can go on forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The United Nations plots against Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Right.
Every time they meet.
Right.
They meet multiple times a year.
Yeah.
And they talk about peace resolutions and all that. But the one thing they are at peace on is keeping you in the ghetto.
Right.
It's keeping you in the barrio.
Right.
It's keeping you on the reservation.
That's
You
it.
know what I'm saying?
That's
and
it.
a lot of them United Nations members, I can almost guarantee you their names was redacted from the Epstein files.
Man, listen. Whether another thing these two brothers don't understand is their ignorance. Whether America win or lose the war, it ain't gonna work out well for us either way.
Either way.
Because if they win, that just strengthen them, you know what I'm saying, to further oppress us. And if they lose, guess who they gonna take it out on if they lose? Take a guess, black people. I think you know. This is why the brother just pulled a scripture that said, come out of her, my people. To come out of her is leave from the traditions of America.
Right.
Leave from the mindset that they have taught you. How they think, you ain't supposed to think.
Right.
A lot of people read come out of her meaning take a plane and go somewhere else. That ain't what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You got to stop being homosexuals.
Right.
You got to stop being high.
Right.
You got to stop celebrating these holidays, you know what I'm saying, that get the white man rich. You get my point? That's what coming out of her mean. This America is a whore that is going to be judged by God, and the Lord is forewarning Blacks, Hispanics. He's warning you. He warning you through us. That's what the job of a prophet is. The Lord, a lot of you think you talk to the Lord every night. You talking to a damn demon in your head.
Right.
I'll go up to you. You swore up and down. This is what the Lord told me last night that I shouldn't give you this money. All right. Well, since the Lord told you not to give me that money, when somebody come kick down this damn door, you know what I'm saying? Don't call me. Since the Lord told you that.
Right.
You understand? You don't know you talking to a damn demon.
Right.
You understand, Lamar?
I just have one thing to say on this.
Please.
Like during their conversation, neither of them two have even thought of. They're talking about like the death surge over in America or the death amounts over here in Iran. Neither of them have ever factored in there might not even be one of the nations either. You feel my point? Of course, we know the outcome because of the scriptures, but neither of them think like, well, America might not even be here. There might just be a certain amount of death toll, and we're just going to start our day back over on day one and just start all back over. Like neither of them think of like the quantity of the weapons that we have of now. They're comparing ourselves back to World War II and World War I when we didn't have atom bombs and nuclear weapons and so forth, so such. Like this is going to be a larger scale than they can even fathom.
Because that's how you know we've been taught to be a slave.
Right.
Because a slave can't imagine a life without a slave master.
Right.
Like you don't understand. When white people look at this Third World War, they are looking at, you know what I'm saying, the fact that their empire could be coming to an end. Like they know the history of Rome. Rome was powerful, man. It ain't here no more. You understand? The Greeks, they was powerful. That was another empire. These empires thought that they could never come to an end. Did they not? Get me right on it. The British Empire. They said the sun never set on the British Empire. The British Empire right now, you know what I'm saying, barely got a military.
Right.
You understand? They got the answer to America damn near for everything. And so what make you think in your stupid mind that this empire ain't gonna come to an end? If there truly is a God, why wouldn't you think God gonna judge this empire for slavery?
Right.
Why wouldn't you think God gonna judge this empire for all the homosexuality?
Right.
You understand? You got kids being molested. You think that God gonna let this empire roll on forever? The reason why, you know what I'm saying, the Third World War is even talked about in the Bible, and that Armageddon is talked about because the Lord got to destroy this place because of the evilness that take place here.
Right.
If the Lord allow this empire to just continue, that means you calling God evil. You saying that God is okay with children being molested. God is okay, you know what I'm saying, with drug abuse, alcohol abuse, and all the different abuses that take place. God is okay with George Floyd being stepped on, you know what I'm saying, by the police officer.
Right.
That's what you saying.
Right.
And you trying, so that means you trying to make God unrighteous. But we are not going to let you allow you to make God unrighteous. We're not going to do that. Y'all done?
Yeah, if I could, sir.
Please.
The brother Ice mentioned, like, you know what I'm saying, he asked a question, like, you know what I'm saying, what does this look like if Iran wins the war, you know what I'm saying, what does it look like over here in America? But that just goes to show, for me, you know what I'm saying, the black lens with a lot of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, we as black people, we have to get outside of ourselves and thinking about our individual situations, you know what I'm saying, and what you think that will benefit you the most, and what's going on as a world spectrum, and what the Most High thinks about what's happening.
That's it.
Because that's the only salvation you have. To ask a question like that, he's showing that his you know what I'm saying, allegiance or his savior is coming from, you know what I'm saying, the protection that he's been given over here in America.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So he asking the question in a sense, like to say, like, man, is the protection that I've been dependent on, is it crumbling?
That's it.
If Iran wins this war, does it affect me over here?
That's it.
Because if not, then I'm just gonna take my mind off. I ain't thinking about it. I ain't gonna do nothing about it.
Man, which goes to show you our understanding about God don't go no further than what the white man taught us.
Damn right.
And if your understanding about God don't go no further than what the white man taught you, then really, black people, you're gonna have to admit the white man is your God.
That's right.
And that truly you don't even believe in God.
Right.
You walk with the Bible, you don't believe nothing in that.
Right.
You believe in what you see. And what you see is the power of America. When you see that flag, that flag and them stars and them stripes, that represent God for you. The white man's money, that represent God for you.
Sir.
The White House.
Yes, sir.
You niggas be happy to go to the damn White House. You see what I'm saying? Step foot up in it. You know what I'm saying? The white man is your God.
Right.
Which means that if he your God, then by proxy, you're going to hate the Most High.
That's right.
And this is what we got to understand. We do the things we do here in America because truly we hate God.
Damn right.
And listen, confession good for the soul, ain't it?
When
you can admit that you hate God, then you might be willing to change so you can go ahead and actually love God.
That's right.
You understand and understand that America is here for a time. You know what I'm saying? And that time is coming to an end. You niggas gonna be, you know what I'm saying, like the slave, you know what I'm saying, who see the master's house burning down. When you see America get hit with bombs all over the place and lose economic power, and the Lord get to hit in this place with plagues, you're gonna be more upset about America falling than white people.
Right.
White people gonna be like, shit, man, we going in bunkers, we trying to get the hell up out of here, go to Europe, wherever we got to go. You see what I'm saying? You niggas gonna be sitting there in crocodile tears, you know what I'm saying? Because your slave master's house is being destroyed. You see what I'm saying? We just some niggas, man, in IHBK. We some cats there, man, that just, we want to get off the plantation, man.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? We got true faith in our God, which means we got faith in ourselves.
That's right.
When I look at these niggas right here, I'm looking at rulership, man. I'm looking at niggas, you know what I'm saying, who got the ability, you know what I'm saying, to run the planet Earth. Every brother sitting here got a different particular gift. Machiavelli, man, that nigga can organize a whole, whatever you need him to organize, he gonna organize it on the drop of a dime. So we can depend on us, we can rely on us, but when you
worship this man, you will think that you can't do nothing. Meanwhile, what's so crazy about that is that you invented everything in America. So how is it that you couldn't live without white people? That part I don't get. Let's play the next video.
Come on. So next up we have a tragic story what actually happens when you serve the so-called white man and fight in his wars and the benefits you get from it. A brother named Isaac Woodard and his true story.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, you good. If I may, while he gets it up,
get away, Lamont.
It's like we got to understand as black people that we fighting in the so-called white man's war isn't a benefit to us at all.
At all, damn.
You understand? We building their economy, their infrastructure. You understand? We're dying and spilling blood for their economy's growth, while at the same time we still slaves here.
That's it.
Still working 9 to 5s or being homeless or whatever the case may be.
That's it.
Like you go fight for white man's war and sacrifice your life for your family, your friends, but really you're not sacrificing for your family and friends because they're gonna be still slaves.
That's it.
You know what?
Go
ahead.
No,
they still slaves. You're gone. You understand? Now they just have more influence to ruin their lives because they don't. Now the father, they didn't have to think to the father out, and he did something good for them.
Right.
You mean you died for American cause and still became made them a father's household? Just imagine that. But this is the benefit you get when you actually come back from the war.
Right.
Black veteran stepped off a bus in 1946. What happened next forced America to confront Jim Crow. Isaac Woodard Jr. was just 26 years old, fresh from serving in World War II. Hours after his honorable discharge, still in uniform, he boarded a bus headed home. In South Carolina, police pulled him off, demanded his papers, and by morning, he was permanently blind. The state refused justice. A black veteran.
Stop it right there. We got the story on that. IG, if you could. So this particular brother, you see, he came back with all the medals. He had an honorable discharge, which means Yali, he went over there and fought for his quote unquote country. You know what I'm saying? And when he came back, he got on the bus and fought white people. We respect him more differently because he went and fought for them.
Right.
Meanwhile, when he sat on that bus, they hated the brother so bad, you know what I'm saying, that they poked both his eyes out of his head, and the brother was permanently blind for the rest of his life, all in the cause of talking about he's fighting for America. This was in 40 something?
46.
40. This was in 1946 that this, and again, it's so many stories like this. Black man, what in the fuck is wrong with you, man? Nigga, you need a straight up check-in. What in the fuck is wrong with you, man, to where you fighting for this place for so goddamn long and trying to get this place love, and this place ain't gonna never love you, man. Are you that goddamn psychotic, man?
Right.
Excuse me for my language, but goddamn, the brother had his fucking eyes poked out of his goddamn head after dodging bullets and killing people for the same empire that's supposed to love him, man. Like the Lord trying to show you something, man. The Most High trying to show you that you are not a part of this place.
Right.
This brother went blind for the rest of his goddamn life talking about he was a soldier. Came back with his uniform on and medals like these people were gonna love him, and all it did was make them even more mad that you had the uniform on. It made them even hate you more than they hated you in the first place.
I get, sir.
Go ahead, y'all done.
If I could, sir. And then after that, 80 years later, 80 years after this, and we still talking about us. That's still the thing. When we talk about America, we talking about us. Like we involved in this place. And this brother gave. Come on.
Read what you got, my IG.
Come on.
Please.
The blinding of Isaac Woodard. In 1946, Isaac Woodard, a black Army sergeant, on his way home to South Carolina after serving in World War II, was pulled from a bus for arguing with the driver. The local chief of police savagely beat him, leaving him unconscious and permanently blind.
And he was arguing with the driver because he believed that as him being a soldier, he ain't have to sit in the back of the bus. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't a white man. He don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? If you put your life on the line or not, nigga, you take your ass to the back of the bus. This is what the argument was over. Go ahead, IJ.
Man, Kev, I think that's a excellent example, a good show and tell that no matter what status you think you achieve in America, you LeBron James, shut up and dribble.
Right.
You a war hero, nigga, get to the back of the bus.
Please.
No matter what you do in America, you still a nigga.
That's it. Get brother a hand for that. Go ahead, IJ.
Come on.
Please.
The shocking incident made national headlines, and when the police chief was acquitted by an all-white jury, the blatant injustice would change the course of American history.
That's the American way. The police, you know what I'm saying, knocked both his eyes, gouged. Listen to me well, gouged both his eyes out of his head, you know what I'm saying, and got away with it. They cleared them on all white. And you talking about, you know, you got these brothers in 2026 talking about these our country. Right. And we ain't nothing. Okay, any more on that?
That's it on that, sir.
Lamont.
If I could, at the same time, we read a story like this, but every year black people line up, go to all the beaches and all the barbecues in the world to celebrate 4th of July.
That's it.
Yeah, we celebrated 4th of July when we were technically slaves at that point.
That's it.
That just goes to show, like, no matter what, whenever America has success, black people, we have to integrate ourselves to that success.
That's it.
Whenever America's going to war, we have to integrate ourselves with that war. Like, we cannot separate ourselves from the American way because we have never been known to know another way.
That's it.
You know, we were so oppressed and stripped of our culture and of our heritage that we don't have another way besides the American way.
Right.
So we're gonna die, fight, and bleed about whatever America's going through instead of just looking up and researching the truth in front of us.
Damn, get it, brother. Anybody else on this? All right, what's the next joint?
Next up, we have one more on the war. We got a story going over the secret mustard gas tested on black soldiers, I believe.
And before you play that tape, man, we first want to play the tape with Joe Budden and Mark Lamont Hill. You know what I'm saying? Two brothers that's talking about, you know what I'm saying, our position in the war. You know what I'm saying? And of course, we pulled the scriptures, and then we came with these two videos to show you why we should not be involved. So tonight's topic, you know what I'm saying, was does a black man, and when we say black man, we talking about Hispanic men as well, Native Indian men as well. Do we have a place in the American war? And we do not. You know what I'm saying? Our place in this war, you know what I'm saying, is fixing our people, man, getting our people off drugs and stopping our young sons from going in early graves.
That's right.
14 and 15-year-old young boys, you know what I'm saying, should not be dying in early. They shouldn't be getting buried at 15. You know what I'm saying? Our young daughters shouldn't be walking around at 13 and 16 years old and had sex with 10 people and walking around like they hookers, man. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why this is taking place because you too worried about the white man's war and you ain't worried about your war when he the one that's waging war against you. And if you don't recognize that he's waging war against you, then your cause is going to be his cause and you ain't ever going to fix yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? But we can no longer, you know what I'm saying, continue to move like this because look at the state of your people. Look at the state of your women, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at the state of your daughters. Yeah, black women going to have to be held accountable. You right. You know what I'm saying? Our children, you know what I'm saying? They're going to have to be held accountable. But if you don't have men that step up and take charge and go to war for the morality of their people, then we're going to forever be destroyed. These women ain't going to fix themselves. These children ain't going to fix themselves. You know what I'm saying? This is your responsibility as a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man to get involved in what we're doing in the ISUBK under command of General Yohana. Come on, let's play that next joint.
He actually had Raj has a picture of Isaac Woodard after the fact of when he was wrongly assaulted by the devil.
Let's see. Look, this the real picture of the brother. Y'all see that? That's what happened when you go fight for America. You see what I'm saying? But they ain't teaching this in schools here. Brothers, both his eyeballs gone. He ain't got no eyeballs out. That's what happened when you go and put your life on the line you know what I'm saying, your blood, sweat, and tears for the United States of America, they take both your eyes and pull them right out of your goddamn head. Let that be a lesson. Let's go. What's next? Let's move. Yeah, I'll take another.
Come on, so we got the how they tested tear gas on us first,
please,
or mustard gas.
The U.S. military exposed black soldiers to mustard gas during World War II to study how their bodies reacted to chemical weapons. In 1942, as the United States prepared for chemical warfare during World War II, the U.S. Army launched a series of secret experiments. The program was run by the U.S. War Department and overseen by military scientists working with the United States Army Chemical Warfare Service. The goal was to study how soldiers would react if chemical weapons were used on the battlefield. One of the chemicals they tested was mustard gas, a blistering agent first used in World War I that could burn skin, blind victims, and permanently damage lungs. The test took place at several military locations, including Edgewood Arsenal, Camp Seibert, and Naval Research Laboratory. Thousands of American soldiers were used in the experiments, but the Army separated the tests by race. Black soldiers were often placed in all-black testing groups so scientists could compare how mustard gas affected different racial groups. Many of the men were not told what they were being exposed to. Some were ordered into sealed chambers filled with gas. Others were sent into training fields where mustard gas had been released. Protective equipment was often limited. Within minutes, the gas caused severe burns, blisters, and breathing problems. Some soldiers suffered permanent lung damage. Others experienced chronic skin conditions that lasted for the rest of their lives. The military kept the experiment secret. Participants were ordered not to speak about what had happened. For decades, the test remained largely hidden. It wasn't until the 1990s that U.S. government investigations and declassified military documents revealed the full scope of the experiments. By then, many of the soldiers who had been exposed had already died. Historians now estimate that more than 60,000 U.S. service members were involved in chemical warfare experiments during World War II. Among them were thousands of black soldiers whose participation had rarely been acknowledged. This story is not just about chemical weapons. It is about secrecy, about consent, and about the soldiers who risked their lives for their country without being told the full cost. Because when history finally uncovered the records, it forced a difficult question. If a government can test dangerous weapons on its own soldiers in secret, what else might still be hidden in the archives? Not every hero makes it into textbooks.
Hey, Cap, if I could, and for anybody watching, be like, oh, that was back then. Well, they did the same thing in Vietnam with what they called Agent Orange. You know what I'm saying? And that led to all kinds of cancers, mental health problems, and health problems for brothers. They experimented on brothers in Vietnam. And then my mom knew someone who went over there and fought in Iraq. You know what I'm saying? And when that brother came back, when he was discharged, when the so-called war was over, he came back, and 3 months after he came back, he was bedridden. His whole body swole up to 2-3 times his normal size. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is a brother, so fresh out the army, slim, athletic, fit, and all of a sudden he started getting sick. You know what I'm saying? He got sicker and sicker to the point where he in bed, he not knowing what's going on, and then like overnight, his body blew up to the point where he couldn't move, and they had to come and rush him to the damn emergency room to get all the fluid out of his body. So they have been experimenting on us, experimenting on it, and experimenting on us since then. Before then, because we know that it's Tuskegee experiments. You know what I'm saying? They experimented with syphilis on us.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? We hear stories about them crop dusters or whatever they be when they flying over the hood, spraying chemicals into the hood.
That's
you
it.
know what I'm saying? I grew up in Mississippi, because we all know. You know what I mean? And it was this. They used to use this pesticide. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know what it was, you know what I mean? But it was a game. They would use these pesticides to kill the mosquitoes, or so they told us. And it was these big fog machines they used to come into the baseball game and roll around the whole field around everybody. You know what I'm saying? The so-called killed the mosquitoes. Years later, they found out that the chemical inside of there caused cancer and brain damage.
Never done.
Also, what I seen throughout this whole video, I don't want is the whole thing that we have to understand when it comes down to the information that we're given and different things of that nature, even through the news medias and different things like that. propaganda is a weapon. You have to understand that the way that that America is portrayed, even in this war that we dealing with right now, everything is catered to what they want you to believe instead of what's really going on. You know what I'm saying?
Forget brother hand for that one now. Come on, IG.
Because Yardan point, it's just my opinion. Netanyahu, if I see one more AI video, they need to stop that shit. But man, Cap, just take a page out of Iran's playbook. Like Iran talking greasy in these press conferences. But they call America the Epstein regime. Like, as a Black, Hispanic, or North American Indian man, why would you want to fight for the Epstein regime?
Right.
Why would you want to fight for a country that's just so immoral? You know that the entire leadership is compromised. You know Donald Trump is a pedophile.
Right.
It's in the files that he gave fellatio to Bill Clinton. So he's a faggot. I mean, the whole order from top to bottom in America is just disgusting. And this is who you're gonna go fight for?
That's it.
I mean,
That's
come
it.
on.
And then listen, not to mention, I seen a video today where they said he basically forced a 13-year-old girl, Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? But this is the president of the United States of America, and a straight up a felon. You know what I'm saying? A homosexual. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? A damn predator.
Grab him by the pussy. That's what he said.
Grab him right. This cat is totally diabolical, and this is who is taking America into the Third World War right here. For fun.
I had to say, like, well, on IG's point is that we fighting for this country and believe in this country so well. It's like we're so blind to the American dream and all the glory that they've created, you know, Hollywood, the stars, the sports, the fame, the money, that we're so willing to overlook any type of misdeed that we see.
That's it.
All the Epstein files, oh, it's a conspiracy.
Right.
And they'll throw it under the rug. Oh, you know, that was just one time. It was one bad incident. He made a mistake.
Right.
Like, we'll make excuses for all the bad things America's done.
Right.
Because we are too focused on the beauty and the flashing lights happening in this place. So that's why we fight for this place. We still have in our minds that American dream where you can become anything.
Man, listen, the fact that they did an experiment on these brothers goes to show you, you know what I'm saying, what they look at your life as nothing. You know what I'm saying? So why would you just continue to try to love a place and join a place? They wouldn't do. You think they'd do this to some golden retrievers? Right. Again, I tell you, Black and brown brothers all the time, you know, a golden retrievers like me more in America than yours. You get my point? A gold retriever gang go do nothing but bark. You know, you going to war for this man and invented, you know what I'm saying, things for this man, and he still hates you. You know what I'm saying? Right. So much so that he went, you know what I'm saying, and did a damn experiment on these brothers like they was guinea pigs. You know what I'm saying? And once again, I'm coming to you, Lamar. We didn't play 2 videos to show you, you know what I'm saying, why you should not be involved in the United States military at all. Right. You want to talk about God talking to you. God is talking to you, you know what I'm saying, from things that happened in the past. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to look at the error in your ways.
Right.
Come on, Lamar.
If I may, of course, we know that it's illegal to do, you know, human experimentation and stuff like that, according to the laws of America. But when you're only 3/5 of a man in the Constitution,
right,
anything's legal.
That's it. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Where we at? Where we going next?
I'm moving onward. We have a video going on. The question is, what's the biggest issue in the Black community?
Let's go.
That's the topic.
Let's get it.
You think the biggest issue is for like the Black community? Like the biggest issue overall besides unity?
Besides
that would be, I mean, that's so big, man. Because if it solves 95% of our problems, if we just got that right, the other 5% would probably just fade into the darkness. But on the other side of the equation, I think that our association has breeded an assimilation. We've been among our enemy for so long that we've adopted everything that our enemy has given us.
Ooh.
We worship what they said to worship. We wear the names that they gave us. We eat like they taught us to eat. So we've lost our name, our culture, our religion, more ways, folk ways, norms, land, God, customs. We lost everything of essential, and our association is breeded in assimilation. So just like in the hood, whatever goes on around you goes in you. On a bigger scale, what's been going on around us since we've been kidnapped and made slaves, we've been westernized and Caucasianized by the enemy. And now we are to each other what they used to be to us.
Now you gonna look at this video and say, damn, what the brother is saying is true, and it is. The only problem, the minute you see him sitting up there with that bow tie, you know what I'm saying? The minute you see him sitting up with that bow tie, you supposed to know off top, you know what I'm saying? You know, again, you can't come up against the white man trying to look like it.
Right.
And this brother right here, you know what I'm saying? He's a prominent member of the Nation of Islam.
Damn right.
Okay. Now, while he's saying, you know what I'm saying, what's the biggest problem in the black community, he's saying these things, but don't understand that the religion that he's part of is part of the problem. Okay. Christianity and Islam, you know what I'm saying, the two religions that belong to two different races of people are the problem. And he don't even see that. He don't even see, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, he's part of, and this is part of the reason why we can't ever get fixed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna fix black people with the belief of Arab people. And then when you look at the whole root of the Nation of Islam, it go back to a cat who white in the first place. You know, what was the cat's name? Fard Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? Who people say was a so-called white man. You get my point? And they didn't have this religion here. You know what I'm saying? They said, well, we need something to become opposition against Christianity. So they came up with Islam, and it seemed rebellious. Malcolm X, you know what I'm saying? He very prominent cat before he got killed and all that. You know what I'm saying? But again, Islam been here for so long, and it still can't feature. They had a Million Man March, you know what I'm saying? And justice, remember the justice or else? You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no, we ain't had no justice. Where the else?
Right.
You get my point, which goes to show you that wasn't nothing but a hustle. And I know you don't want to hear that Farrakhan hustled you. He hustled you, man. He hustled black people for a very long time. And that's what religion is all about. Damn religion.
Damn right.
Let's get down to who we are as a people, man. Right. That's what we got to get down to. You want to know the biggest problem amongst us is believing in a belief that belief system that belongs to other people, man. That's our biggest problem right there. And I wish the brother Big Bang could pull me up there, or any brother in the ISUPK, and we'd actually told them what the actual problem is. And once again, you keep ducking around these religions and not recognizing that these religions are the problem, and that's why you can't fix it. You heard him say our assimilation. Right. Where the assimilation comes from when they teach you about God, when they tell you John 3:16, God so loved the world, right, or you love thy enemy. You know what I'm saying? That right there assimilates you to your oppressor. Right. And it was, again, they pulling scriptures that they do not understand. Right. You understand? So that's the biggest problem, my y'all.
Hey, Cap, and what you bringing out is so heavy about the assimilation.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the first time I learned who, I was told who Fard Muhammad was. It was a cat I used to go to school. Now it was a cat my homeboy was cool with. You know what I'm saying? His name was Cliff. Went over to this brother crib. He had a nice crib. You know what I'm saying? This cat loved the Godfather and them gangster movies and stuff like that. And as I'm walking through his crib, I see this very vivid, well-painted, expensive picture on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking like, it was kind of peculiar to me, because Cliff is a Muslim, you know what I'm saying? He Nation of Islam, he black power this and black power that. And when we left this crib, I asked my boy, before we left, I said, yo, Cliff, let me ask you something. I'm like, who that white man on the wall?
Mm-hmm.
He said, what white man? I said, come here. I took the brothers to the hallway. I'm like, this white man right here, who's this white dude? He said, that's not no white man. He said, that's Master Fard Muhammad. The founder of the Nation of Islam and blah, 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 blah. That is not a white. I said, bro, I know a white man when I grew up. I know a white man when I see one.
Damn right.
That brother literally argued with me, and I was called ignorant. I was, told I didn't know what I was talking about. Everything, Cap. Like it got a little heated. And even on the way walking back, my boy's like, man, you should have done that. You know what I'm saying? Farah Muhammad wasn't no white. I'm like, bro, I'm looking at the picture of a goddamn white man.
Damn right.
I grew up in the heart of Mississippi where white people were still oppressing us. I know an oppressor when I see it.
Damn right.
You know what I mean?
That's
so
right.
the brainwashing inside of the Nation of Islam,
Mhm.
the assimilation is so heavy that they have forcefully convinced themselves that white man is either black, that he's black. They trying to tell me that's a black man that started that religion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they say we brainwashed. You know what I'm saying? And we a cult. Well, we can look at our black king. His description's in the Bible clear as day. I can look at our black leader, Commander General Yahala, you know what I'm saying? A strong Benjamite. You know what I'm saying? And ain't no doubt in my mind about who these brothers are.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But they looking at the picture of a lily white man and telling themselves that he's black.
Bro, IG.
Oh yeah, come on. I mean, the brother he talking about assimilation to white culture. I'm looking at him. Yeah, okay, he looks like a 50-year-old baby. The only culture the only culture on earth that promotes a man that shave his face is Caucasian culture.
That's
and
it.
This nigga got a baby face. I mean, it's like unseemly to look at. Like you a grown man and you shaving your face butt ass naked.
Damn right.
That is white culture to a T.
And if I ain't mistaken, he not even a black man himself. I believe he his people was like Iranian. If I'm not, he ain't black. I believe his mother is, but his father is like Iranian or something. You know what I'm saying? Nah, he ain't one of us. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, y'all were done.
Same thing with Farrakhan. Another one. If I could, just
Please.
back, you know what I'm saying? Farrakhan, his father is of Jewish descent as well.
You know what I'm saying? Fronting. Where we at?
Come, I'll go on next. We have a video of a politician named Chris Murphy. Oh no, the title is Chris Murphy grills Trump nominee on white identity being erased here in America.
Come on.
White identity to you? Well, Senator, thank you for that. Tell me how it's different than other identities. Senator, I think the question of identity is something that lots of scholars
I guess you can do a sermon on identity, but just tell me how you define white identity and what you think is being erased about white identity.
Senator, it would have, thank you again for the question, and genuinely thank you for finally letting me have a chance to explain some of my comments a little bit. But I would say that, they could be things like going to a certain type of Christian church and that sort of culture, which is very different. I mean, you can all be Christians, right, in a certain environment, but African-American Christians might worship differently than Chinese Christians that might worship differently than white Christians. Of course, sometimes you have multi-ethnic churches, but things like that, certain types of Anglo-derived culture that comes from our history.
Like what?
Let me think about this.
Jesus Christ.
Senator, I would say if you were to look at the book by one of your former Senate colleagues, Born Fighting, about the sort of Scotch-Irish military culture and certain, pride that went with that, that would be one example. Obviously, you can have sub-elements of that culture. You could have Italians.
Stop it right there. Go
I
ahead,
mean,
go ahead, AJ.
Cap, he's trying to say everything short of a Hitler salute. This nigga said, this damn devil said, white culture is military and white Irish. Like, Cap, okay, he can't explain white culture other than being white supremacy.
That's it.
The Ku Klux Klan.
That's it.
He trying to fight around it because he in a political realm,
Yeah.
so he can't say what he want to say.
That's it. Yes, man. Go ahead, play that thing.
Could have Irish, and those are in many ways more.
But you're worried about white culture. You're not worried about you're now retreating to ethnic identity. You don't speak about ethnic identity. You speak about white identity. So tell me the values that stitch together white identity and that make it different than black identity.
Senator, again, thank you
You
for
spent a lot of time talking about this and writing about this.
Yeah,
You should
no.
be able to. You're struggling with this, but you should be fairly easily, I would assume, able to tell us your thoughts on how white identity is different than other kinds of identity and how it's being erased.
Senator, again, thank you for the question. I'm just trying to be I'm just trying to be very precise. So because I'm here in front of a Senate committee, I would say that the white church is very different than the black church in terms of its tone and style on average. Foodways could often be different.
Yeah. And those
music could be different.
And those are being erased.
Music could be different. Well, if you look at the Super Bowl halftime show, which was not in English this year.
So our ability to access white churches or white food or white music is being erased.
Senator, again, thank you for the question.
What is white identity?
Go ahead. It's like, Kevin, if I could just add one more. Oh my God, he put this devil on the pressure cooker.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, so from what I'm getting from this devil, white identity is pretty much hanging niggas in public, and he can't do that no more.
That's it.
It's the white drinking fountain, the black drinking fountain. He ain't got that no more. So white identity is erased.
That's it.
That's pretty much.
Like he said, but you heard him at the end. He finally gave why he believed white identity is being erased. He said the Super Bowl halftime show.
Right.
Now then we go over this about a month ago. Didn't we sit here right on here on this table and say that these devils was gonna look at that halftime show, you know what I'm saying, as a problem? Go ahead, come y'all. Please.
Like, well, it's so heavy about this video in itself. Like, it shows our people like this ain't the way to go. Like the Christian church ain't supposed to be how we supposed to come up.
Right.
And here we're one body, one man.
That's right.
Like whatever you say is what's gonna be what Captain Zaryak say.
That's it.
Like it ain't no difference between schools.
That's it. Damn right. Get it, brother. The devil sitting there asking him, you know what I'm saying, how is white culture being erased? I'd like to know too.
Right.
I mean, because they run everything, but the fact that they had the Puerto Rican brother, I believe it was, did the Super Bowl halftime show, white people feel invaded. You black and Hispanic people, you don't understand. You trying to include yourself in his empire, and when you just merely including yourself, these people feel like their culture is being invaded. That's why the brother's eyes was poked out his eyes, you know what I'm saying, when he went and came back with the uniform on, because they ain't looking at a black man that fight for America. They look at you Negroes, you know what I'm saying, is finna take over the country. They always, white people are always worried and always you look at you as a threat from you taking over. You get my point? And listen, on a even playing field, you would take over.
Right.
That's the point that you don't understand, because the Lord made you better than he made them. These people are murderers.
Right.
These people are liars.
Right.
Homer, that's who they are. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't supposed to be like them. So when you get on the even playing field, you take over because you are the chosen people.
That's right.
Now, what happens is this: when you deal with that reality, this whole brainwashing about we all been created equal will leave your stupid head. You see what I'm saying? And you will be able to step into your royal seat and accept that the Lord created you better than he created them.
That's right.
Like these other nations, they go on to war because they fighting to try to be God's chosen people.
Right.
When you can't fight to be God's chosen people, you got to just be chosen.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And if you a native Indian, you chosen. If you a so-called Hispanic, you chosen. If you a so-called black man, you are chosen because of your forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who you have no clue, you know what I'm saying, that you're a part of these men lineage because your identity been totally wiped out.
Right.
That was the whole purpose of wiping your identity out, because white supremacy don't want you ever to think that you had something to do with those people that's written of in the Bible.
Right.
But I'm telling you, we got something to do with the people that's written of in the Bible. And when you understand that, brothers and sisters, and know that Abraham, Moses, and all these men written of in them records as your people, that's going to give you the self-esteem that you need, man.
Yeah.
Accept that you was created better than that man.
Right.
Accept that you supposed to be sitting in royal seats. You sitting in a royal seat is gonna actually help white people. When we get in authority, guess what? The earth ain't gonna mourn no more. The birds ain't gonna die no more. Animals ain't gonna be instinct no more.
Right.
The East Indians, they gonna stop eating foods that they ain't supposed to be eating.
Right.
Chinese and Japanese, they gonna stop eating dogs and cats when you get in charge.
Right.
Because you gonna tell them Ching Yang Yu, you can't do that, man. That's gonna mess up your digestive system, and you gonna cause, you know what I'm saying, some type of flu to go throughout the damn people. You can't be eating that. We are the ones that's supposed to govern this world. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we was created for. We wasn't created for dunking no basketball and running no football. You think like a slave. First thing a black man do in America is he hand his son a football, you know what I'm saying, and he hand him a basketball, and he say, I want you to perfect this. You get my point? But he never hand him the Bible and say, perfect this. Perfect your identity. Perfect these morality. And this is what the Lord wants you to do. But you quick to hand your son a basketball and a football. You get my point? Which when you hand him a basketball and football and don't take and teach him who his identity and who he is, then he ain't gonna be nothing but a $40 million slave, like Larry Johnson mentioned some years ago, and the brother eventually wrote a book about it. You get my point? And we ain't meant to be slaves, man. We got to come out of this head, man. We got babies, you know what I'm saying, that need us to step up and do what's right. We got children that ain't even born yet that need black and brown men to step up and do what's right and turn back to the Most High expeditiously, man. Y'all done?
Please. If I could, you grab a scripture out of one.
Damn right. Come on.
Piggyback on what you're saying and what this devil is basically exclaiming right now. That, you know, he couldn't even describe what it is that his people even stand for. And
right.
And the Bible is going to bring this out.
Come on.
Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 21
Come
is the scripture. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not God. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities. And I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. And I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation.
Come on.
Basically is just saying, like, this cat don't even understand your people don't stand for nothing.
That's it.
They don't have a culture that you can staple.
He couldn't even
answer.
The cat asked him, he's like, man, you know what I'm saying? You wrote a whole thing about this.
Right.
And I'm sitting here questioning you now. You can't even answer.
Right.
Go ahead.
You done stole everything.
Right.
You done stole everything. You don't have a culture that you can say that this is our food.
Right.
This is how we structure things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is how, you know what I'm saying, like the rights and wrongs of our community.
That's it.
No, like you have stole everything.
The white man wrote a constitution and don't even respect his own constitution. You know this man diabolical here. He wrote a goddamn constitution and don't even respect that. What man write laws, you know what I'm saying, and don't even honor his own laws? You understand? Which that goes to show you he cannot be in charge. And he wasn't meant to be in charge. That's why the Lord said, I seen servants riding upon horses and I seen kings on the ground.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the roles have been reversed all from my disobedience. But listen, you ain't got to tell me. The Lord, man, all through that Bible, he plead with us from Genesis to Revelation. Just say, turn back and follow my laws, statutes, commandments, and you're going to get rulership on earth. And baby, brothers and sisters, I want rulership over earth.
Right.
I ain't in here to fight for no. I ain't trying to be equal with white people. I ain't trying to be equal with no Arabs. I ain't trying to sit and hold hands with other nations in a rainbow and go all around like we all gonna be. None of that. I want straight up rulership. I want white people to go on slavery, Arabs to go on slavery, Africans to go on slavery. I want them to pay for everything, you know what I'm saying, that they did to my people.
Right.
Get my point? Now you might listen to that and say, this nigga's crazy. He's crazy for wanting justice. They looking like, nigga, you ain't ever gonna get that. Just think about the mind of a slave, but Uncle Tom. The other slave, they huddling, trying to get off the plantation. He huddling with them. When they go to sleep, he at the master's door. Master in their sleep. Now just think about the psychosis of this. He knocking on the door. The master white man come to the door. What's up, nigga? What? I'm in that raping shit, your auntie. What's going on? You see what I'm saying? No, that's what took place. You know what I'm saying? These niggas talking about killing you at 3 a.m. and running off the plantation. I just want to be one here to tell you what's going on.
Right.
So you got enemies of your own people out. You got to understand that and know that. Some people don't want to get off the plantation. They comfortable in this sickness. America is a sick place, and we as a people totally sick. And your own people, man, they want to, long as they getting paid, long as they getting a check, man, let them niggas die. Right. Don't listen to them niggas, the Israelites. Them niggas don't. They ain't got no DNA proof that they Israelites. What DNA proof? Okay, what Israelites we gonna go pick? They saying that these niggas, man, they saying the Israelites don't exist. So what Israelites they gonna go blood? They gonna go get the test with ours to see if we Israelites? You dumb stupid idiot. Dumb stupid idiot. Go ahead.
Yeah, they want to go dig up the body of Abraham.
Yeah, go dig up the body of Abraham. Nigga, go dig up the body of George Washington. Okay, when you go dig it up, it's gonna be dust. Right. You big dumb stupid idiot. Moving on. Where we at?
Oh God. Moving on, where we have a story going over how the black unemployment rates are through the roof right here in America.
Let's go.
And paying attention to the high rate of unemployment for black workers?
It is traditionally higher than for all workers.
Well, listen, it's through the roof right now. There's hundreds of thousands of black workers that have been pushed out of the workforce, and the unemployment rates for black workers and all workers are among the highest they've been since the COVID-19 pandemic. Black workers contribute over $1 trillion to the U.S. economy, but the push out of these workers from the workforce has led to a loss of $37 billion in the GDP, with black women being among, just so y'all know, the most educated and most active in seeking work. Their push out is a glaring warning sign for where our economy is headed, because black workers,
like once again, we dealing with it. So Raj Scribe, I ain't gonna be able to do this too much longer, Raj Scribe. She's sitting up there with that big bald head, you know what I'm saying? Nah, the sister, you know what I'm saying? The sister trying to stand up for us, but she just don't understand. Like she's saying the loss of 37 billion in the GDP. And she don't understand that white people they racism is so strong that they don't give a damn if they take a loss, you know what I'm saying, and profit. You understand? That's the for me. That's how strong they racism is. Like you could be doing something good for them, but they hate you so much they don't even care about the profit, man. Right. You understand? And then she had the nerve to say black women the most educated, right? Which, man, that should be applauded. I'm proud of my sisters, man, going out there and getting that education. But if a sister getting the education and she don't understand her purpose, you know what I'm saying, that she should be doing for her people, then her getting the education is even a detriment to herself and her people.
Right.
And that'd be the problem with you big head educated Negroes. It's like the more degrees you get, it's like the dumber you become. You get my point? The more you rise up with degrees and financial power, the more that you forget that you a nigga like you and I.
Yeah, right.
You understand? And a degree ain't supposed to make you forget the cause of your people, but that's what happened in this place right here. So the black woman being educated is cool. She get a degree from the white man. The black woman got to humble herself now and come get a degree from the Most High. Right. And when she come get a degree from God, that means she gonna understand her role, you know what I'm saying, as it partake in helping a man. She gonna understand her role in the black family. And I'm telling you, as your brother, black woman, I don't give a damn how many goddamn degrees you got. If you don't learn to submit under a man, especially a man, a God, you know what I'm saying, that's teaching you how to serve the Lord, then your degree don't mean absolutely nothing. And that's why the sister sitting up there, she sitting there trying to convince some devils, you know what I'm saying, about what's taking place, and them devils don't give a damn. It's like we ain't waking up to this, man. This man is removing you from his empire. Do you not understand that?
Right.
He didn't have enough of you, man. The minute that you thought that you gonna put Barack Obama in office, you know what I'm saying, them white people said, oh, hell no. They seen the video, you know what I'm saying, with Jesse Jackson sitting there crying. Even though 2 weeks before that, he said, I'm gonna cut that nigga's balls off. He in the middle of Grand Park now. 2 weeks ago, he said he want to cut Barack Obama's balls clean off. They did, okay? And then they put the camera on Oprah Winfrey. She is crocodile tears.
Right.
Okay? They said, the white people look at that and say, this is a damn nigga. You know what I'm saying? God damn it. Something, a revival, you know what I'm saying? Redemption, a nigga redemption, that's what it is. They saying all these chocolate faces, and they saying, man, these people done took our country. Even though Barack Obama got office and did nothing. They still, how you get in office and did nothing for black people, and white people still feel like they was invaded. That's why the white dude was asking him, well, how you feel invaded? Right. And he couldn't even answer.
Right.
Go ahead, y'all done.
Hey, he made it clear out of one that he got to be everybody's president.
That's it. Listen, off top.
Right.
You know how he got the black vote too, right?
I love it.
He went up there and did sung some Al Green.
Mm-hmm.
He got up there and snapped his fingers and sung Al Green, and black people was like, yeah, that's the nigga right there. Mm-hmm. Even though he's a Kenyan man, and you know what I'm saying, he grew up in Hawaii, none of that means a difference. All you got to do to get the black vote is, if you're a woman and you white, just go up there and play one of Mary J. Blige's records. Right. Go up there and play the OJs. It's like, let's go ahead and finish playing that, man.
Black women in particular have always been the canaries in the coal mine. So this is a problem for everyone. Black women are bearing the brunt, but everyone will feel this hurt. I have led letters to Fed Chair Powell calling for action to be taken. He is also a member of FSOC. So I want to ask you, Mr. Secretary, will you commit to analyzing Black unemployment rates specifically and its impacts on financial stability? Yes or no?
I will analyze Black unemployment rates.
Wonderful. And when will you get us a report and a plan of action? I was thinking March 6th.
I can't commit to a date.
Okay. All right. Well, I think March 6th makes sense. That'd give you over a month, which is more than enough time to convene that working group and to report out your findings. I know you already have the infrastructure to do that. So at the end of the day, Black families, Black futures, and the lives and livelihoods of all who call this country home are depending on you to act. And with that, happy Black History Month.
Where we going? We got to put on a wig or something. Like, man, listen, man. I think after that, we just go ahead and wrap it up. Yeah, because the sister just does not understand. Anytime you go sit in the Senate, Congress, and get to talking to a bunch of white men, they just waiting for you to stop talking.
Right.
Like, the cat sitting there telling her, I can't come up with no date. She just tried to give him a date. Man, you can't force yourself on these people, man. Let's, you know what I'm saying? If anything, man, let's work on us, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? As you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, man, let's get our mind right on this truth. It's looking like the third world war is here. This war that we watching right now, it may stop, but it's gonna start back. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is trying to wake us up, you know what I'm saying, to show us what time it is in the earth. So with that, man, give it up to these brothers for an amazing show. Like always, to my right, I'll give it up for Officer Lamar Yala. The announcements.
Calm. As always, make sure to go like, follow, share, subscribe to all Roundtable of Truth social media pages out there. Real Deal University. Of course, in about 2 weeks, we have what? The Lord's 57th annual Passover. It's quickly approaching. You understand? Make sure to get your flights in, get your arrangements settled. You understand? Make sure to pay your Passover fee, $200 per person per adult, the age of 17 and above. You understand? And then, of course, right after the Passover, I got to make sure we announce it now. We have the Thank You for Listening Awards coming up back here in Chicago. You understand? Make sure we will post a link in the chat.
Big shout out to 290 Mo.
That's right.
Come on.
For having us be on the ballot.
Come on. Make sure to go to the link. We'll post it in the chat to go vote for the Roundtable of Truth for the host of the year, co-host of the year, and the live show of the year. You understand? We appreciate all your votes and all support for all you listeners out there. As we do always, we definitely appreciate you.
With that being said, I also want to give it up to Officer Yaradan. The announcement.
Come, sir, if I could. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? First off, you know what I'm saying, pay your tithes, you know what I'm saying, isupk.com. Pay 10% of everything you earn to the priests and the prophets of the Lord.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Also, just to piggyback on what Lamont said with the Passover fee, you know what I'm saying? The Passover fee, you know what I'm saying, $200 for each adult, you know what I'm saying? You have to understand like the emphasis of what all of this encompasses. Like this is not just one event, you know what I'm saying? Just the Passover, it encompasses so much more. You come there on Wednesday, you know what I'm saying? You getting the Passover kickoff with the slaughter of the lamb.
Yeah, they did 200 just for the lamb on a piece of lamb and a piece of bread on the plate.
On the plate.
You getting 5 days of activities that's worth way more than your little $200, man. You lucky we don't charge you $500.
The general is covering so many things. If just the kids party alone, if you have more than 2 kids, then that's your Passover fee right there.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So pay your Passover fee, man. It's just a honest amount, you know what I'm saying, that you get to contribute to getting all of these things done that you're gonna benefit from this whole time. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get free food and basically all the events that you come to. The general is just so generous. We almost have to argue with him. Like, general, you can't cover all of this. You know
damn right. You know what I'm saying?
So like, pay your Passover fee if I could.
Damn right.
Also, you know what I'm saying, we have our babysitters already, you know what I'm saying, aligned for Friday for the Black Party, you know what I'm saying? So just make sure that you register your kids. You know what I'm saying? Israel, come on. The general is footing the bill. The general is, just like I just said about the Passover fee, he's footing the bill for you to have free babysitting.
And you can't even register.
Just register your kids.
It's something I'm gonna tell you, black people, man. I love you. I love being black, but man, it's just something in us that like to do stuff last minute. I don't know what that is. Give me right on it, man.
They got the demon of procrastination.
Yeah. You got to wait. You know what I'm saying? To an hour before you drop your kid off the register. Everybody.
Cuddle with cuz, man. Cuddle with cuz. So if I could, that's the last thing for me. I'll get off y'all backs right now. But please just register your kids. The general is footing the bill. You know what I'm saying? It's included in your Passover fee. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right. Look, give y'all a down hand. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you something. I just want to give y'all a down hand from taking the babysitting from me. Because at one point in time, you know what I'm saying, my red had me involved in stuff. Had me down there administering kids. This, that, and I said, oh, I got to find me a second in command. Wait. Yeah, y'all died, took that thing on over.
He did it smooth too, y'all.
He did it smooth. Hey, this hell of a brother is, man. Brotherhood is a weapon. You hear me? Because I was ready to take out a belt and whoop all them kids in that goddamn when I was down. I told my rip, I said, don't you call me down here tomorrow. Don't you call me down here tomorrow. There's a big up to the brother for taking over. You know what I'm saying?
Also, too, we want to give it up to Officer Iwalum. Any announcements, Iwalum?
Yeah, Comic-Con.
Please.
This week, we added some new components, but we is gonna have the War Report live. Myself, Ras Karab. So make sure y'all on the lookout for that.
Damn right. Give it up. All right. Also, we want to give it up to Officer Mayad. Give it up. Any announcements, brother?
Comic-Con. So, you know what I'm saying? With everything fast approaching, I think it is in your best interest to go to isupk.com. If you Black, Hispanic, or Native American, wherever you are in the world, go to isupk.com, find a local school in your area, and start attending class now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Right.
So we got classes Monday through Friday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. all across this world, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And every Saturday we have the Sabbath service, you know what I'm saying? Where we go over the scriptures, we break down the Captain Zaria just debated some Edomite. Do you speak Hebrew and Greek? Well, Edomite, tune in to the Sabbath service. You're going to see the original Jews speaking the original tongue.
And let me tell you something, that's so dumb. That's so dumb. You know what I'm saying? We done lost our language, lost our culture. And when we go out there and teach at camp, they come right up there and say, well, y'all ain't speaking in Hebrew. Now you see why I be wanting to retire. Because if we was to speak in Hebrew, you big, dumb, stupid idiot, who would understand us out here speaking Hebrew? If we spoke Greek, who out there would be able to speak? The scriptures say, you know what I'm saying, you got to interpret. I'm paraphrasing. You know what I'm saying? Be driven to interpret, man. Meaning so people can understand whatever goddamn language it is.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? You just coming to cause confusion talking about why we ain't speaking Hebrew. So we got out there and spoken Hebrew. The black people who don't understand Hebrew will be like, well, what in the hell they saying?
Right.
Go
ahead.
Every Saturday, all across the, you know what I'm saying, UPK, we read the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? We start off with the Lashwan Kodash, which is the holy separate tongue, which is ancient Paleo Hebrew.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? The original Hebrew language, not that stuff that they spitting out, that hockin, smockin, pockin. You know what I'm saying? Then we give you the English translation, you know what I'm saying, and a proper scripture breakdown so you can understand the Bible, you can understand real Black history, true and form in front of your eyes.
Damn right. Also, I want to give it up to my technical team, Officer Ramawan. Give him a hand. Officer Ras Karab. And the new tech man in training, Officer Rakum Yala. Yeah, man. This nigga about to go down the Passover and make everything moving. Even though he's not supposed to be doing those things. Supposed to be asking for permission. He got some of the weakest games in the world. On top of all of it. No, I'm just joking. He got some good he got some good hellified games. All right. Man, I also want to give it up to a few more brothers in here. Officer Kazai want to give him a hand. Officer Mariah, I'll get him a hand. I am Captain Malquad, under Commander Jenny Honda. There's been another episode of Roundtable Truth. With that, we out. See you next week. Shalom.